I went to Hungary, I went to Austria, and I went to Slovakia. So basically, the tour of the nations who are not in the World Cup.
Brilliant. OK. And tell us about your role today, because we want you guys to get involved in our conversation watching France, Belgium. Temps, what are you looking for?
We're looking for good questions. That is all we're looking for. Simple as that. So leave them in the chat, and then, or you can tweet us at Football Daily UK with the hashtag #TheFootballSocial.
OK, and also, who can forget the man with the best hair of all of us, Chris Hamill? Chris,
thank you very much. You're too kind. Yeah, sat on your knee over here. A little bit unwanted, to be honest.
You've been away as well, haven't you?
I have. I went to Croatia. I got back at 3 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm talking garbage, then please excuse me.
Is the World Cup hype there as well? Because obviously they are England's opponents.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Hava's an island, so obviously not very well populated, but there's quite a lot of Sweden fans there. I was quite surprised. We were outnumbered at the weekend.
Oh, right.
But everyone was in good spirits, so...
Right, the team
just like
is
here.
in. The team is in good spirit. This is the France team. Wayne, come to you first. Thoughts on this French team? Very strong, isn't it? Goals everywhere in that team.
Dangerous, yeah, but, you know, this later stage in the World Cup, you expect every team to be dangerous. The one I'm just looking at is Mbappe.
Yeah.
I think he looks great, and for me, he could be the best player in the world. If he
you think he's Messi, Ronaldo, who could reach those sort of levels?
Definitely. Yeah, he's going to go on Henry. He reminds me of Henry, his power, his pace, he's got skill. He's got everything for me. And against Argentina, that's surely one of the individual performances of the World Cup. Yeah, I was in the pub watching that, actually. Great day that was. Luckily, I hadn't had too many drinks, so I remember the game. Yeah.
Like he
was absolutely on fire.
Unbelievable.
I didn't want France to win because I love Argentina, love Messi, but he was electric, so looking to see how he does today. OK, top team. We've got the Belgian team. Hamill, I want to talk to you about this Belgian team because we've looked at it and we're trying to work out, all of us in the gallery, who is playing where. Obviously, we know it's a flat back three with Toby, Vincent Kompany and Jan. Where do you think that this midfield is going to fit in?
Multiple different sources giving out multiple different lineups, isn't there? So we're going this one. They're obviously missing Thomas Meunier, the PSG fullback. He's been brilliant for them this tournament, but has been suspended due to the amount of yellows he's racked up. Fantastic against Brazil. They'll definitely miss him down that right-hand side. And they actually played De Bruyne in a false 9 position against Brazil, and he was brilliant there. So I don't think...
You don't think we're playing there?
I don't think he's going to be forced out wide. Lukaku actually took up that wide mantle against the Seleção. So we'll see how that pans out. But Chadli, naturally right-footed as well, so I expected to see him on the right and Carrasco come back in on the left. But Martinez has got it right so far, tactically speaking. So, you know, who are we to question his decisions?
Do you think he'll go 3-4-1-2?
I think he might, with De Bruyne just tucked in behind the forwards. So I'm not sure, maybe. But that forces Moussa Dembele out right, and that's not necessarily where he's the best and can affect the game the most. So one of those players is going to have to sacrifice their natural game, methinks.
Definitely. Interestingly as well, 10 of the 11 Belgian starting lineup play in the Premier League. 14 of the 22 play in the Premier League as well. Dave, goes to show just how many quality Premier League players are left in this tournament.
Strong league.
Yeah.
For an extremely strong nation tomorrow, mate. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to see the Kante versus Hazard. I think that's going to be a really good battle.
Yeah.
For a really good
I think he's been the best player of this tournament so far, Kante. I know Mbappe's had virtuoso performances, but Kante's been the man.
He's just super consistent.
His fitness levels are incredible, aren't they?
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Super consistent.
As well as all of that, we have, of course, got some great incentives from our mates at Sky Bet. Here they come. They're on your screen right now. Place £10 worth of bets on France v Belgium and you will get a £5 free bet. You must get your bet in before kick-off. Minimum odds of 1 to 3 apply. You have to be 18 plus, and of course, full terms and conditions apply. Plus, we've got a great request a bet for you. Vincent Kompany, listen to this one, Hamill. Kompany and Pogba to score, both to score, is at 80 to 1. Available before kick-off. Odds subject to change. See skybet.com for the latest. Again, you have to be 18 plus, of course. Full terms and conditions apply. Dave, I want to come to you, mate. We're looking at this game here, obviously, potentially England's next opponents in a World Cup final, which sounds amazing.
Mental.
Who do you think England would rather play?
I think we'd definitely prefer to face Belgium.
Why?
And the reason being, I don't think we could...
statement.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't agree, Wayne?
I don't know how you can choose.
Why do you say that, Dave?
I think like Belgium, we've got a couple of reasons. A, it would feel a bit more like a Premier League game, which I think would suit our players. I think we would definitely struggle against the pace of France. But again, they've got players like Hazard and Lukaku in the Belgian team as well. So basically, what I'm after is extra time. Let them just run themselves ragged. so that hopefully, when it comes to Sunday against England, we're in fine physical condition.
Wayne, who do you think England would rather play?
I get what you're saying. They've got more Premier League players in their starting lineup, so you know all the players a bit better.
Yeah.
Playing them, you play against them week in, week out. So yeah, I'd probably say Belgium. And to be honest, I'm a Belgian fan tonight.
Yeah, you're big. You just said to me you were going to get a Belgian shirt, but you didn't quite bring one.
I couldn't find one. To be honest, Sports Direct never had one. So yeah,
other sporting shops are available. Right, guys, in social media, what are people saying about this game?
Yeah, so we've got some questions coming in.
Love it.
Now, of course, what we're asking is for people to leave comments on YouTube, on Periscope and Twitter, and also on Facebook with the hashtag #TheFootballSocial. So keep your questions and your comments and your predictions coming in. We've got a few that have come in already, and we've got a question from Romario. And
Romario?
Romario, via YouTube, there you go,
bigger and bigger.
who asks, can Kevin De Bruyne reach Lionel Messi's level?
Ooh. What do you think, Chris? I think they're different players, aren't they? I mean, for a start, but I think they're talking about can he reach the level of world class?
He is world class.
He is world class, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Which we always have debates about in the office. The definition of world class, and the most diplomatic conclusion we've come to is if you're the best in the top 5, let's say, players in that position in the world at that time, with other contributing factors. Yep. And with that ruling, you've got to say KDB is world class, and he can impact games in the same way that Messi can. He can be extremely decisive. I think, double figures for goals and assists this season, and he can play anywhere. I love his tactical flexibility. Pep Guardiola's deployed him a little bit deeper this season. He's almost playing like a quarterback, just Hail Marys left, right and centre, or he can put him out wide. He's got that lovely low whip cross, hasn't he, that people have been eating up at the back post. The second half of his season tailed off a little bit because he started so explosively, didn't he?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, for him, Harry Kane hit a purple patch and won, was it PFA Player of the Year? I think, barring Harry Kane, he was the other outstanding candidate. So, yeah, he's fully on song right now.
Do you think he could be like Ballon d'Or level, Wayne? We all know he's world class, but is he? I mean, to get into Messi and Ronaldo's
If Nedved can win it, then Kevin De Bruyne can win it.
He's there now, but he's not. He's not up front scoring all the goals like them two are.
No,
So that's probably why there's a chance he might not win it. But for me, he's there already. Like the pass, his vision, like he is, like you say, like a quarterback.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
He can cross the ball from anywhere on the pitch and slip someone in.
Yeah.
Like his vision is unreal. It's like being on the PlayStation and he just hits the through ball button and it's there. It's unbelievable.
I think the thing he was very very good against Brazil. His goal was fantastic. But I don't think he's had the best of tournaments.
Do you know?
Like I think he's like, don't get me wrong, he's not been poor. I'm not, before they start going in the comments. So, but I don't like for like the standard he's set this season. I don't think he's had the best of tournaments. But then again, when you come to this end of the tournament, this is when you want to be shining, right?
Now, of course, we haven't got any reporters out on site today because it's not an England game, but we have got cameras in. That is Paris. Obviously, the French flag's there. Cameras in Paris. And that is, I believe, Antwerp as well. So we will be cutting to them as the goals go in. Surely there's going to be loads of goals in this game.
We could have sent Zach to Antwerp.
We could have, yeah. I mean, I'd have been up for that. Paris and Antwerp. So it'll be interesting to see how they react. Interesting as well, with Sky Bet, the odds to win outright. They've got France as the favourites, then England, then Belgium, then Croatia, which means England, Hamill, there they are, odds to win outright. France, you can get 2-1 with Sky Bet. England 5-2, Belgium 11-4, Croatia 5-1, which means, Hamill, England go in to their semi-final tomorrow as favourite. Don't forget, you have to be 18 plus and full terms and conditions apply. England as favourites.
Sorry, mate.
World Cup semi-final.
I was burping there. I had a few jalapenos before we came on. It's not settled well. I think, they've got to be favourites for the Croatia game. I like Croatia, and they started really well, but they've struggled in the last 2 games. Obviously gone through in consecutive penalty shootouts, which in itself is very fortunate. And it's well documented they've got a tremendously talented midfield, albeit they are over 30 now and maybe playing extra time will play a part in maybe their performance dipping, but they're to be got at defensively. And Kramaric up top by himself scored a good header against Russia, but...
Is that a weakness there for you?
I think we can marshal him out of the game. I like that. But the benefits of that back three is that you can bully a man who's playing on his own up front, and we do have very good wing-backs to kind of make up for their wide game. But I am fairly confident, touch wood. Is this wood? Yes, it is.
Wait, how do you see tomorrow going? England-Croatia. It's crazy that statement that I just said is that England go into a World Cup semi-final as favourites. I mean, it's something I didn't think I'd witness.
We should have put them bets on at the beginning, really, shouldn't we, really? I think everyone should have, if you're an England fan. I said Belgium at the start of the tournament just because I thought the odds were great.
Did you have Belgium at the start, did you?
Great. Yeah, but I did.
Right, OK.
But I didn't bet on it because it was my tip for everyone. And usually when I bet, I lose. That's why I haven't bet on England.
Right, clever.
So
that means we're going to win.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks, Wayne.
But yeah, I think, like I said, they played extra time. They're going to be tired. And I think as long as you don't let their midfield dictate the game, because that is when they're at their best, is when Modric,
Rakitic, and
dictating the whole game.
Yeah,
you're okay. You just control them.
Hendo's got a great game, hasn't he?
Yeah, I feel like Henderson's got a big game tomorrow because of
the whole midfield has.
Exactly, yeah.
They've got to put the work in and just make sure they don't control the game and get at them. Like they've got good players in defence, but I think our forwards can walk over them, to be honest.
Dave, do you think that'll be an England victory tomorrow?
I hope so, mate. I hope so. Just the thing is, before the tournament, I thought I had no expectation, right? But now now that we're this close, it will hurt so much more now if we kind of go out tomorrow.
Croatia in a semi.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And especially when you think it's such a winnable game as well.
Yeah. What's that like? You must have played in games when sometimes going into a game as a favourite. Can that work the other way? Because
there's sit on the bench, mate. When they
No,
do you know what? Do you know what I like about the England team is they seem really relaxed. They seem really confident. You know, putting on an England shirt, there's expectations, there's pressure, and I think this team, from the times that I've watched England play and the different teams I've seen, seem to be coping with it better than any other squad that I've seen.
I also get the sense there's more to come from players like Dele Alli, whose fitness has been questioned on occasion. Jesse Lingard has only just scored the one. Raheem Sterling, who was creating brilliant chances for his teammates, and he was winning the corners that got us the goals, but hasn't quite got the rub of the green in front of goal, let's say. Do you see other players maybe coming into their own at this stage of the tournament now, getting even better? Or?
Sterling's had a lot of stick, but at least he's got there for the chances, and he will stick the chances away at some point. But for me, I'd want to see Rashford play, because I think...
Would you, over Sterling?
Yeah, I just want to see him play. I want to see Loftus-Cheek play. I think them two, if it came down to it at the squad at the moment, I think if they were playing, they could create something on their own.
Right, OK.
They could beat a player and create something, whereas the players we've got now, I think, is a bit more pass and move, and they're not as exciting as them two players, I don't feel. And I've heard Loftus-Cheek has been ripping it up in training.
Have you?
Yeah, I've heard he's been ripping it up.
Interesting. Right, the teams are moments away, Hamill. There are the two captains, Hugo Lloris and Eden Hazard, two of the Premier League players, of course. Interestingly, this is the 74th time these two have met. Belgium won 30. This surprised me, this. Belgium got a better head-to-head than France have. France 24, 19 draws. Met twice at World Cup finals before, France winning 4-2 and 3-1. So France won both games in World Cups. That did surprise me, though, didn't it? That surprised you, that?
It did, given the pedigree of France. But it's a little bit like our relationship with Scotland this game, because they've played each other an awful lot. There's a lot of crossover. Obviously, share a border, share a language, and they sort of have that back and forth with a bit of banter. You know, the Belgians think the French are quite pretentious, and the French take the mick out of the Belgians' accents. So it's quite a well sort of... it's all in good spirits, but... I think we might see. I think the opening 10-15 minutes of this is going to be mental, right?
Are we expecting goals? Surely we're expecting a huge amount of goals here.
These two sides are both at their best.
If I bet a lot, don't bet too much, to be honest. Doesn't usually come in. I bet 3 goals or more.
3 goals or more?
Yeah.
I think both teams are the best when they're on the counter-attack in their respective setups. So I think we might see an explosive first 10-15, because if you get that early goal, then you earn the right to play on the counter-attack, and the other team sort of plays into your hands. So I'm excited to see. I think it might go off like a shot at the start, but now I've said that, it would probably be dull, won't it?
All right, let's get score predictions. Hammer, what are you saying?
I'm going to go 3-1 France.
I'm going to go France in extra time. I think this game's going extra time. I'll say, well, extra time France, 2-1, shall we say? Is it 2-1's always an easy go-to, isn't it?
Mbappe's already
3-2 Belgium.
3-2 Belgium.
That's what I'm hoping for. Look at him.
Dave, what are you saying? Score prediction quickly?
I'm straight from the get-go.
2-1 Belgium.
3-2 to France, I think.
No.
2-0 France for me. I think Kylian Mbappe is going to rip it on the wing.
I think the shades of Colombia about this side, the last tournament.
But speaking of goals, Ken John wants to know, will Lukaku outscore Harry Kane?
Oh, interesting. So the golden boot at the minute,
No,
Kane is leading. Kane is leading with 6.
And Lukaku's got 4,
on 4. I mean, Lukaku's got to rip it up today to...
Well, they've both got at least 2 games, haven't they, left?
Yeah, Wayne, I want to ask you about... So we were debating the Belgian team. How do you think Belgium's set up then?
It looks like they've got 3 in behind Lukaku, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, Hazard isn't up too far. De Bruyne is on the right.
Hazard's out really wide. It does look like they're back in the midfield.
But it looks like Hazard and De Bruyne are dropping quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's helping out.
It's interesting, new formation to go into a semi-final with a completely new formation, Hamill. I mean, they are playing France, I suppose, so it's...
A little bit of a 4-2-3-1 vibe I'm getting. Maybe Moussa Dembele a little bit deeper. Look, one.
Oh, yeah.
But
back.
Yeah, we'll see. Going back to your Ken's question, I think that I think Romelu Lukaku has been underrated at this tournament in terms of his general build-up play as well. Some of the runs he made against Japan to free up, was it De Bruyne on the right to put that ball across that Chadley eventually scored, and some of his movement against Brazil caused Fernandinho all sorts of trouble. His general build-up play, which Harry Kane suffered a little bit in terms of having to join in with build-up play.
Yeah, Harry Kane's actually come quite deep in a lot of the games you've watched, hasn't he?
He has, whereas Lukaku, his movements actually is opened up avenues for his teammates, and it's to their... It's made a hugely positive impact. So I think Lukaku, he might contribute to more goals overall, but Harry's going to score more.
Yeah, I'd be amazed. I mean, Lukaku needs 3 goals. Harry can not score again and come through in the Golden Boot.
6 normally wins you the Golden Boot, right?
6-1 Gary Lineker, the Golden Boot, I believe, in '86. Yeah. Interestingly as well, so we were saying about France and Belgium face each other 73 times. No team in world football has won more matches against France, and no team has scored more goals against France than Belgium.
That's a great stat.
Bad omen.
It is a good stat. Lovely. That is
money on it.
Yeah, all the stats are pointing towards Belgium, but France, slight favourites in this game. We're only 2 minutes into the game. Any more questions, Nate?
Yeah, I was just about to interject there. So we've got a good question. It's interesting from Harry on Soccer YouTube. He's commented.
Yeah.
And he's sort of directing it away, but he wants to know, do you think the England squad will be sitting around watching this game, the semi-final?
Definitely.
And is it a good idea to watch that?
Surely they'll be watching it, Wayne, won't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I know they're into Love Island as well, but I don't think it's classic, is it?
Is there perhaps a danger that they may...
No, neither am I can't see it. But you must have been in situations like that where you've had semi-final games and you've watched the opposition. Do you like to watch those games?
Watch, yeah, 100%.
Is there any sort of danger where they maybe presume of reaching the final and watching that game?
Yeah.
Well, I think that they have to believe, don't they? They've got to believe that you can go there and win, don't you? Like,
they'll be going into Croatian game presuming they're going through. You can't go onto the pitch thinking, we might go out.
No. In any setups you've been involved in, do you have a mini sort of tactical analysis after the game? Like if you're watching a game like this with the manager, would it be on the players' heads how much they want to kind of study the game in front of them, or?
To be honest, mate, most of the studying gets done for you. I used to get given clips on a right winger, and you just watch a clip of how he is.
It'd be like a 2-minute the individual battle. Just
they can do, but then obviously in meetings as well, they go through the whole team while you're in a meeting. They'd be going through it probably maybe tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning.
Because Southgate seemed quite inventive for that sort of stuff. He was saying before how he'd watched basketball and that's influenced his set pieces, and we've seen them work to great effect this campaign. Obviously, England, 80% of their goals have come from set pieces.
Yeah, it's crazy that,
which is crazy. And I mean, do you like Gareth? What do you think? How is his approach different from sort of managers that you served under? What have you noticed in particular?
What I like about it is he looks like he's got the team really relaxed.
Yeah.
And I think media-wise and social media-wise, people have had more access to the England team.
Yeah.
And you hear a bit more about them. They're in touch with the fans a little bit more, which I like, to be honest, because usually you don't get much. So I quite like it. And when you get to see them, you just see how relaxed they are and how well they get on.
Yeah.
You can see how the team spirit is. Whereas before, I don't think people see that England had a great team spirit.
What was the most intense England camp?
Well, not when I was there anyway. Maybe before, when I was watching, I thought the team spirit looked great. When you had Shearer, Linekers, and Gascoigne and stuff like that. Obviously, their lifestyle's a bit different.
Some good nights out, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought the team spirit then looked great, but I'm really impressed with how they look today, the spirit. Because you do need team spirit and things like this.
Yeah. Do you think a big part of that, Wayne, is that he's playing players on form and not having to play players like Wayne Rooney when he's towards the end of his career, or Steven Gerrard? Everyone's playing players on form.
People playing in their position,
right?
Because when you look at England, some they used to stick Scholes out on the left.
Yeah, it's crazy that.
He's a centre midfielder. He was probably one of the best in the world. He should be in centre midfield.
Yeah.
He's the first pot you bet.
Here we go, Chadley corner. Is that it?
Come on.
Impressed with Chadley when he's come on. That's the worst corner I've seen. Having said that,
I was sitting in a game as well.
He's one of these players, though, that you'd look at the start of the tournament, and let's be honest, you wouldn't expect him to start in that Belgian team, but he's come on, and Martinez has made some brilliant subs in this.
He has, and
in this tournament.
we weren't his biggest fan at Football Daily following him sort of leaving Everton for various reasons, not being able to put a competent defence together being one, but he's actually unbeaten in his stewardship over the Belgian national team. So there hasn't been a black mark to his name, and some of the substitutions he's made, particularly Fellaini. I think Chadley's had one very, very good game where Carrasco was playing terribly.
But do you think also, see someone like Chadley, where's it like?
West Brom.
West Brom. So this is his opportunity, right? Is literally on the world scale. World scale?
The world stage.
World stage, and not a scale. And just be like, yes, this is the kind of player I am. I should be playing at a high level.
Yeah, and I think the kind of fullback position maybe works for him a little bit because
23.
I mean, he's got a fair amount of pace to him. He's got a fair amount of power. He's kind of been quite technically sound his whole career, but not very maybe disciplined, or can dip in and out of games. So maybe, and with that back three behind him, he doesn't have to be the most disciplined, because that is a formidable back three.
Yeah, Martinez, he lost his first game in charge of Belgium against Spain. 2-0.
Wasn't a competitive one.
It was a friendly.
That's what I was alluding to.
Correct. And he hasn't lost since.
Yeah,
23 matches, all qualifications, tournaments.
Crazy.
So his record, won 14 of his 15 competitive games in charge. That's an amazing record, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, qualification in Europe does tend to kind of go that way, doesn't it, for the top sides? But this beating Brazil was a massive statement. Did you watch any of the Brazil game, Wayne? Did you catch any of it? Because obviously a big fan of Belgium, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I did watch it. I thought they were fantastic. Buzzing for De Bruyne's goal.
Oh,
absolutely right.
Do you think if Brazil had equalised, though, Brazil would have gone on to win that in extra time?
No, I've not been that impressed with Brazil, to be honest.
Okay.
I think usually defensively, when I've seen them play, I know they've got a lot of flair, but they work really hard. They press really well as a team, and I didn't think they had that this World Cup. I didn't think they pressed that well as a team. They've obviously got natural ability. They're going to create chances. But Brazil usually do press really well as a team, and they're really aggressive when they press. I didn't think it was as good as
Dani Alves, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think with Brazil as well, like, it was quite clear that Neymar was not fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
least for the first 2-3 games,
like, even if he was like physically fit, there's no way he was match fit, or was he? And it was just.
No, that's a good point.
I don't know, it's like
Such a big player for them.
Yeah.
Because he actually created the most goal-scoring opportunities at the World Cup. I think it was like 23.
Can say that on the floor.
At this World Cup.
Yeah. So far.
Trippier was up there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Trippier's I think he's top 5. But yeah, I was surprised to see that. But I mean, he tends to complete like double digits per game, Neymar, for dribbles, and he is insane. But his histrionics have taken away a little bit from his performances. I guess he opens himself up to criticism a little bit more, doesn't he? But what have you made of him? You know, rolling around the floor as an ex-pro. Would you not just say to him, like, as a teammate, are you, at half-time, are you saying, fantastic, you've won X amount of free kicks, and you know what, they have been kicking you off, fair play? Or do you go, mate, it's just getting a bit embarrassing now. You've spent 14 minutes on the floor.
To be honest, it really annoys me.
Yeah?
I like your honesty, Wayne. I like that.
I'm Wayne Bridge. I can't really give Neymar stick, can I? I got, really good friend, Didier Drogba.
Yeah.
He was so strong. And don't get me wrong, you win free kicks.
Yeah.
But he used to fall over, and I was thinking, what is going on? It was like, how has he not been booked for diving? Like,
so when you do that, and how would you react?
Here we go.
I'm one of them people in a game. I was, whatever, you know, it's happened again. But if he wins a free kick, you know, you're happy. But I hate seeing it, to be honest. I'm because I'm quite an honest player.
Yeah.
And what used to really annoy me is that I was never someone who'd go around kicking people, and always felt like where I was honest, the referee should know I'm an honest player because they should know their players. So whenever they went against me, it used to really bug me. I'm like, you seen he's just dived on the floor. Like, you should know he's a diver. You should know me. I'm honest.
I can tell that's bugged you just from his reaction.
It really bugs me.
You're still angry about it now, aren't you?
Player, are you thinking of it?
I can't remember.
You're really angry still.
I just remember having to go to the ref all the time. Like, you know me. I'm honest. Come on.
Was the one player in the Premier League in your era that
Ronaldo is probably one of them.
What was he like to play against? God, that must have been...
It's average, mate.
Guys, I just want to interrupt. I didn't realise that Smithy's mum is watching.
Yeah. I don't know why.
No, we've got a comment from Mr. Ryan Stylkamp who says, Smithy is in his element. What a gent. It's a pleasure to watch and enjoy his work. Huge fan. Who did you pay for that?
Yeah, making out that's my family member, yeah. Thank you.
It's those teeth,
Lost
mate.
all train of thought. I love the fact you interrupted a conversation about Ronaldo, which was a really good conversation.
I think that was an important topic.
He's out of the World Cup anyway.
Why does Ronaldo like to play against? Ronaldo's out of the World Cup. Yeah, wait a minute.
Rubbish now. He's out of the World Cup.
What do you make him go to Juventus? Lads,
Yeah, big news, that.
4-year contract as well. So he's going to be playing in Serie A till he's 37.
Let's talk about that price tag. Is that a bargain, do you think, because it's Ronaldo, or the fact that because of his age?
If he carries on producing, it's a bargain.
Yeah.
And the way he's been playing, I wouldn't say it won't be a bargain. And physically, he takes care of himself obviously quite well, because he looks all right, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not bad.
He's in quite good shape, isn't he? So he takes care of his body, so...
You should see Jack underneath that T-shirt.
Here we go.
It's been a mad first 10, hasn't it?
It's quite open, isn't it, for a semi-final?
I don't know where Chadley is playing, because he was on the right.
He's like a right back to me, but then he's pushing on...
Do you think
he's been quite deep a lot of the time?
A bit of a free rein, or?
I think he might be a bit mind games, the whole lineup. Because Martinez, he said he gave him a tough tactical, approach against Brazil, and it worked, and there's a certain amount of fluidity there. And I feel like it's kind of going on again here. Is that Chadley out on the right again?
Yeah, we're talking about discipline. I think he's going to have a lot of discipline in his game.
Do you think they just switched flanks straight away? Because did Chadley start on the left?
Yeah, he started. Yeah. No, he started on the right quite deep, I thought.
Maybe.
It looked like they were playing a back four at one point.
Tonga.
Poor. But when you mentioned Ronaldo there, best player you ever played against, would you say? Or was there anyone else that...
Yeah, probably. I used to hate playing against Aaron Lennon.
Did you?
Yeah, because he was just so quick over like 4 or 5 yards. Right. Kieran Dyer was another one.
Thierry Henry?
I never really come up against him that much, but obviously he was hard to play against. Yeah. Jesper Gronkia when I was at Southampton, he was at Chelsea.
Jesper Gronkia.
He was just rapid.
Was he?
Yeah.
So you didn't like playing against players at pace, basically?
I didn't mind it. I thought if I was quicker than the player, I thought I've got it here.
Right, yeah.
It's easy, but when you've got a quick player, you've just got to be switched on constantly. You can't switch off.
So I asked you off camera who you'd prefer to mark, Lukaku or Mbappe. Both obviously have different qualities. And what did you say?
I think I said Lukaku, but then it's one of them. You go back on yourself because he's so strong. He could bully you off the ball. And to be honest, I don't think he could be the best player in the world. Or I think Mbappe probably.
Interesting.
So I'd go Lukaku, but it's a difficult one.
What about you, Smithy? Who would you rather mark, mate?
Oh, I mean, I'd hate to play against Mbappe. Yeah. Mbappe is rapid. I mean, that penalty that he won against Argentina, he ran the length of the pitch.
Is this
I think...
It's just
he could destroy you as a player.
Yeah.
And then with Lukaku, you could come off with quite a lot of bruises.
This is so open.
This is so open. Yeah, 14 minutes gone. Very open game.
I think that's because if it was your job to mark Romelu Lukaku, you definitely want some backup from the left-sided the defender as well to go, look, come on, where is it?
Took him a little bit, yeah.
Whereas if it's against Mbappe, it's just pace. It's really difficult. It's a lot hard to
raw ball.
I think with Mbappe as well, he moves around the pitch quite a lot, and you're looking for help from your teammates.
What a pass!
Chance the game. Square it, Eden Hazard.
That was such a little.
Wow, that is the first big chance of the game. 15 minutes in.
Lovely dink from KDB. That was me doing a dink. I'm not just randomly twitching out. But...
Wow, what a
square it. Let's square it. Square it.
Would you square to Fellaini though?
Lukaku, Fellaini.
Yeah, maybe.
So close.
I mean, Eden Hazard does what he wants. Will he be the replacement for for Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid.
Could possibly,
reported,
yeah.
You know.
Surely Real Madrid are going to buy someone huge with that Ronaldo money. And
the next Chelsea are going to have to do a lot of work if they sell in.
You think? Yeah.
There's talk of Willian going as well.
Yeah.
If they sell them two, they're probably their two best players last year.
Yeah, Chelsea's a bit of a weird one at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. Conte and...
What do you think as a player, looking in? Conte's still there for some reason?
Looking in, it looks like you've got a manager that doesn't want to be there and a load of players that don't want to be there.
Doesn't bode well, does it? Hello?
No. And to be honest, I thought he would have gone by now. I thought he was gone.
Yeah.
I thought he might have gone
wasn't
before
it?
the end of the season even. So I'm really surprised that he's still there.
Do you think he'll be there at the start of the season?
I don't think so. Now, it's like, why hasn't he gone yet?
Yeah.
So they're leaving it late. I don't know if it's anything to do with Roman. Has he not got his visa or...?
Is he still in Israel?
Visa yet?
He's struggling with his visa, yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with it. I wouldn't have thought so.
And what do you make of Giroud? Now he's a Chelsea man. Were you surprised that Arsenal sold him? Because I actually think in this World Cup, he's brought the best out of Mbappe.
Yeah,
he's brought the best out of other players in and around
Arsenal,
Dembele.
He was a great super sub. Every time he came on, he seemed...
His stats
he was a
off
better
the bench,
sub.
unbelievable.
He's a better sub.
Yeah.
He just comes on and score goals. So, for me, I'm hoping that that's what happens today. He starts and he doesn't do that well.
Yeah, yeah.
Belgium
Look
win.
how hard Griezmann works. It's incredible. France have been very pragmatic up until now in the tournament, haven't they? But post-Argentina, they have looked a bit more interesting. But just when you've got that combination of Pogba with those balls and Eden Hazard, Mbappe running on the last man.
Again, that ball from De Bruyne, Chris, for
similar kind of setup, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable.
De Bruyne and Lukaku, and you've got those Pogba and Mbappe. Those dynamics could decide this game. Although I do think that Lloris, I don't know, I had premonition that he might have a bit of an error in this game.
He's had a good tournament, though, hasn't he?
Didn't have a great last season, though, did he? I think he made the most errors of any goalkeeper in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a fantastic keeper.
His pace is ridiculous, isn't it? It's just...
Unbelievable.
Lads
on social corner.
Yeah.
What else are people saying?
England House has a question for you, Wayne. What is the difference between this England team and some of the teams from previous years that may have been considered more talented than the current team?
They're saying they're more talented than this
Yeah,
current
so
team.
from previous teams that are more talented.
Oh! Absolute bang from Matuidi.
Matuidi
with
with
the top bin. Stop.
ping.
He's connected that so well.
So from previous teams like England's golden generation that was considered a lot more talented, what do you think the difference is from that team to the current team?
This guy considers...
See, I think this team is actually really talented.
Yeah,
I think there's centre-backs in there that could have played in England teams that I was involved in. Obviously...
Really?
Yeah, I thought Rio was obviously great. There was other centre-backs that were great. There's a statement I heard Rio say about Sven saying... he couldn't come out with the ball, he had to defend
Yeah,
first.
I saw that, yeah.
Inhibited him,
Which I was surprised by that, because I never knew any of that.
Right.
And I heard Rio say he would love to have played in this team, which was... I never really heard of it.
Oh!
Is that a deflection?
They just hit Fellaini.
This has been a great...
This has been an unbelievable game.
I think the team is talented. When you look... I know you had David Beckham, free kick specialist, so, you know, he gets in the team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cool
Scholes he was talking about
Ashley Cole, but I think, you know, some of this team, I think
Yeah.
Pickford, I think, is a great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I think Harry Kane, centre forward, I'd have him in there.
Yeah.
And like
You'd
you
have
said
Wayne Rooney in, but there's players in that squad that would play in. Well, Harry Kane would be in my all-time. I think he's
Would
going to
he?
be. I think
All-time?
he's going to be great. Yeah.
All-time
I had
England.
Shearer up there. I had to name one the other day. Shearer didn't get put in it. It was between
Really?
him. I think Kane is going to be unbelievable. He's impressed me every season.
Yeah.
The first season, I didn't think he'd be able to do it again, and he's gone. He does it again
I
and
think that's the thing
again.
with Kane. I've never seen a player who's improved.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what's he
Oh,
done?
Lloris, bit of an error there.
I think
Like in
this
such
team
a
is...
short space of time,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, mentally he looks great. He works hard. I think this team's more talented than what people are giving him credit
I
for.
think that's true.
Yeah.
That is a great recovery on from Fellaini.
Which is a really good
I think
game, innit?
the similarities
Really, really
open.
open.
The similarities between England and Belgium, I think they're both work like there's players there that might not have been in the starting 11, might not have been as good as bygone eras, but they're working really well as a collective.
You're talking about on paper, Hammer, aren't you? You're saying
Yes.
that
So obviously there's
paper.
unreal players in that Belgian starting 11, but there's also Chadley, there's Carrasco, there's Fellaini, there's Axel Witsel. There's very workmanlike players as well, isn't there? And you've got to have... Oh, that was a foul, surely. You've got to have that kind of blend, haven't you?
Yeah, balance,
Which I do believe England have. Blend, I think, is one of the best words to describe Southgate's current...
Oh!
Balls from deeper hurt them, aren't they? Rafa Varane looked a little bit uncertain at the start of this game, and that's odd because he's an absolute beast.
Coming back to the English squads as well, I'd probably say what sets this from when I was playing is the team spirit.
Yeah.
When we played,
right.
everyone's already talked about how clicky it was. Like Chelsea players sticking together, Man United players sticking together.
And was it?
Yeah, it was. But this team just seemed to have gelled completely. So that's definitely.
I think that's it. Though they actually appear like a team.
Yeah.
Which is key, right? Especially in a tournament football, right?
It's not like a whole season. You see them having a warm down. You see them training. They're having a laugh all the time.
Chance.
What a save that is!
What save, you guys.
Save.
Never
what
in
were
doubt.
you talking about?
Never in doubt. World-class goal. Maybe the most consistent in the Premier League, Smith. I don't know why you were doubting him earlier.
What are you talking about doubting him? Brilliant save. And he's been one of the best keepers in the tournament as well.
Oh,
that is a fantastic save.
Is that Alderweireld?
That is Alderweireld, his club teammate. Yeah.
That's a great turn and shot.
What a shot that is from a centre-back. One of the saves. Another chance. Belgium probably slightly on edge this game.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Eden Hazard versus Pavard's an interesting one as well. Let's see how this corner goes for Ramble.
Great ball.
Can we spare a thought to how Thierry Henry must be feeling in these 20 minutes?
Interesting, isn't it? Martin's assistant. 123 caps for France, 51 goals. France's all-time top goal scorer. Coaching Belgium against France.
The president of the French FA
it's a win-win.
Came out and said, like, we've kind of let him slip through the net a little bit because I remember a journo asking, like, why aren't you working with France? And he was just like, no one offers.
I mean, yeah.
So.
But it's the same.
He wouldn't turn that down, would he?
Well, it was the same at Arsenal. Like, I don't understand how he's not a coach at Arsenal. If you're a young kid, how could you not look up to that? How could you not learn from that on a daily kind of basis?
Patrick Vieira, another big one.
Vieira, you know, I know we're slowly changing that. We like bring back Freddie like Lundberg. He's now part of the '23 setup. But it's like.
I think Perez still trains there every day.
He's
knocking about.
Can't get rid of him, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pavard's not actually, the French right-back's not actually a right-back, is it? Been playing in Germany as a centre-back. And there's that sort of Hail Mary ball we're talking about earlier. But,
animated.
But I think Hazard might get him in this game. He's not naturally, I think he plays quite narrow. He's...
Nice ball.
What was trying to do there, really?
Close game. I feel like Belgium is slightly edgy.
Yeah, I think so.
Has Giroud got the best lid in the Premier League, don't we? As a man with
it's not bad, is it?
Following on from the Thierry Henry mentioned before, do you think we've got a question here and basically asked, do you think there'll be an ounce of Thierry Henry which his brain will be conflicted with France?
No, he's probably on a bonus if Belgium.
We did put out a tweet earlier asking who Thierry Henry want to win, and we had this from Ink's Copyology, and he says he wants Belgium to win because he's a winner. He always won as a player, and he'll want to win as a coach.
I think that's a fairly good summation.
I think he's so competitive as well. Look at all he's won. He's not going to want to lose this, is he? I mean, there's no doubt. And it's quite common now as well. It's not, you know, there's a lot of managers that manage or coaches of foreign teams. I don't think it's that uncommon.
No. I think you're right. I think he's a professional, isn't he?
Yeah, like you say, he's a winner, so we want him to win.
So it's an absorbing game. I could easily... Sorry, lads, I'm tuning out. This is... It's end-to-end stuff. It's... You know, 2 minutes... How are France pressing this high now? Because it seemed like 30 seconds ago they were ready to concede. Oh. Look at this interplay. Lovely.
Chance. Corner ball for France. France edging back into it.
Hernandez has had a great tournament as well.
Smithy, I have to interrupt again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just keep getting so much attention. So, a fine friend, Tubes, has commented. And he said, can you ask how much makeup Smithy has got on? He looks like he should be a madam
There's
to
a common
suit.
theme that whenever I do anything, any streams or shows, and whenever Tubes comments, it is either about my barnet or makeup. So when you said he was commenting, it didn't surprise me.
He's on point.
Yeah, I have come back from Spain, so a lot of it is natural.
Liar.
You say that every week.
He's been on the beds 8 minutes. Lovely job.
Your hair's getting off lightly. Unbelievable. Look at his barnet. How's that getting off lightly?
I've killed
flesh.
Not
spraying there, mate.
Come on. Yeah, mate, it doesn't move.
Mate, you mentioned Pavard earlier. You're saying... what were you saying about Pavard? potential weakness or to get at?
I think that has, yeah. Oh, hello. Chance?
Gone out, innit?
Because interestingly, he's never lost a match representing his country.
What, Pavard?
In any age category. This is incredible.
Say that
Sorry
again.
to throw... I will say it again.
Yeah.
Pavard is emerging as a bit of a talisman for France.
Not that
Someone else
bit,
is trying. Pavard has never lost a match representing his country, whatever the age range. Under 19s, under 21s and seniors. That is 29 games in total.
That means he's going to lose today, then.
Yeah.
Well,
Either that, or if
said
the
that
Belgian
stuff.
players know it, they'd be two-footing him at some stage.
On that note, though, David, Henderson's got an amazing recent record.
yes, I don't quite know what the
no,
exact
don't
stat
give it
is.
a
Yeah, no, I can't. But yes, he has a very good record. He has a very good record.
Lost in last 30 or something. Yeah.
Who's playing left wing back here?
Sorry. What's your question, Chris?
Chadley is effectively playing as a right wing back, right? Is it still 4-2-3? It's not.
He's worked hard, he gets up and down.
Yes, look, Hazard's playing left back. Nice.
Yeah.
Martinez is bamboozling me.
Both teams are showing each other a lot of respect, aren't they?
Just,
Right.
like I said, I think both teams wants to play on the counter, and in order to do that, they've been told to go and get the first goal. And we've seen a really entertaining first half an hour as a
I don't
result.
think my 3-2's happening.
Still early,
Unless
mate.
it's 3-2 and penalties.
3 goals against Japan. Did you watch the Japan game?
Oh, yeah.
That's brilliant. I thought they were...
Great
That was
game,
unbelievable.
Great. I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, we spoke about Japan on the Columbia last year, didn't we? They were always really entertaining because
Yeah.
Better team than people give them credit for.
really technical, really adventurous.
Physically great as well. They can
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
Really good players.
Who was when you sort of represented England, was there any nations that surprised you in their approach? Who did you find consistently difficult to play against? You know, maybe a bit more of a left...
The bench, I already told you.
36 caps, Wayne, come on.
Yeah, you had loads of caps for England.
Yeah.
Scored as well, didn't
Actually get a
really.
cap as well. Does that stop?
Toughest game.
Oh!
He
Dangerous.
was waiting.
Wayne, as a defender, you questioning the defending there?
He's so good.
How he's got that across?
Oh, yeah, he's got to do a bit more than that. He's just stuck a leg out, hasn't he?
I don't think Varane started this game particularly well, to be honest.
Do you know what? All games are tough because, you know, like, for instance, when you go into a World Cup, the average, well, not average, but, you know, the lesser teams, they defend, they're a lot more disciplined, they defend more, so
Play to the
it
strengths,
is tough, yeah. They're all tough games.
Was the one in particular that stood out, though, where you just thought, I didn't expect that from these boys, or...
I think Switzerland are quite dirty whenever you play
Switzerland,
Switzerland,
really?
they're quite dirty.
Lichtsteiner doesn't surprise me, he's
Like-
filth. Just signed for Arsenal.
They were dirty, I thought.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They looked, you know, decent, particularly against Brazil in the second half in the group stage. They
Had
looked
a
quite
couple of
competent.
tough
Yeah.
games
They were
against
ranked quite highly.
Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played the famous one, didn't you? The Umbrella Gate?
Yeah,
with
all
McLaren.
right. Bring that one up.
Sorry.
What did you make of
they-
McLaren's reign? Fair, the way he was treated, or...?
McLaren's reign, good. Umbrella, worse. That's a lot of levels that have.
Oh, we'll
It's
protect
hard
them
because
then.
I liked him as a coach. I thought
Did you? Yeah.
like training was always good.
Well, Fergie had him
Yeah.
coach, didn't he? So.
Yeah, it just never worked for him really. And
Yeah.
obviously, I think the umbrella obviously killed him a little bit.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Were you surprised at the amount of negative press he got after that, or were the players
You're always
thinking...
going to get negative press if you're representing the country and it's not
something
going
like
well,
that, yeah.
and you do
Yeah.
something like that. You know, fair enough if you're flying and winning.
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
would have said anything,
No.
would they?
So I asked
it
Emil
was
Heskey,
not going well.
Who's the best manager you played under in terms of who improved you the most?
Glenn Hoddle.
Glenn Hoddle. Yeah.
Everyone talks so highly about Glenn Hoddle.
Easy. Probably because
Why do you think he didn't...
I owe it to a lot of people, to be honest. Gordon Strachan was good for me.
Big fan of
The
him.
early days, Dave Jones gave me a chance, but Hoddle, when he came to Southampton, you know, we were one of the lesser teams, but he had us playing great football.
Yeah.
He had me as a full-back. We played 4-3-3 at that time, and he wanted me bombing on all the time. I was taking corners. He believed in me so much. He was pushing me for England at the early stages. So he was great for me, to be honest.
And how did his training differ from those that had come before? What was he doing that was so...
Tactically, he was great. The managers before I don't think tactically were like him.
Yeah.
Like he went to 4-3-3. I never played that before.
Well, he often played at Monaco, didn't he? And played on the continent.
He had us playing really good football, and he gave me confidence. I was never that confident, to be honest. He gave me a lot of confidence.
So his man management skills as well.
Yeah, I thought
Was he amazing in training as well, still as a player?
Yeah, do you know what? I think some of the lads wanted to smash him because he's the show
So
off.
good, yeah.
yeah. I remember Chris Marsden trying to kick him a few times.
Reminds me of Gianfranco Zola at West Ham, and there was just videos of him just bagging free kicks for jokes.
Yeah, Hoddle was special.
Chance for France here. Griezmann, free kick.
Pavard. Well, they're a big team, aren't they? But Olivier Giroud, what an effort! That was behind him.
His hair's like yours. Doesn't move, Hamill, does it?
Oh, yeah.
What's the secret?
What is the secret?
Well, if I told you that, mate, this is, this takes me from a solid night to a...
What?
How long does that take?
You wouldn't...
Good question, Nate. Nate's very much like all he's doing is battering both of us, isn't he?
That's what I'm here
Don't
for.
worry, the second half will get our revenge, but in all honesty, how long did it take me? Below, I think, around 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
I'm not having that.
It wasn't much longer than that.
Is that
Fairly
5 minutes?
fair. No, lads, it's taken me years to perfect. I mean,
Stop it!
I mean, Eden Hazard's just gone down the left wing and done 2 people, and we're talking about my lid, so come on.
So forget the football, talk about the process. Come on, is it blow dryer, gel?
Yeah.
Really wants to know.
We'll talk about off camera, mate. I'll give you tips.
Okay,
Maybe,
okay.
I'll put some product for your hair, mate. No worries.
All right.
Right, so Henry wants to know, who's the biggest surprise player of the tournament so far?
I think Trips is a great shout from Wayne,
He's been fantastic.
Ryan Mason called him.
Maguire as well?
Yeah, he's been good.
Ryan Mason called him the best dead ball specialist he's played with, which was surprising, given that he's played at Tottenham. But what about his game has impressed you? Have you seen anything?
The crossing, the passing,
as a fullback,
spotting pass. He works hard for the team.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing to see where he is because I was at Man City when he was a young kid there. And he was one of the good kids that he always listened.
Yeah.
He worked hard. And I love the fact that he went from Man City. He went to Burnley.
Yeah. Done the
now
hard
he's at
job.
Spurs. And now he's at England, ripping it up in the World Cup. And see him step up and take a penalty, I was buzzing for him.
That was a big penalty as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big penalty.
Shows how much confidence he's got as well. He's come on tremendous from when I was at City.
Chance for Giroud. Giroud's not scored yet, has he? This time we've talked about his role for France.
I feel like he's
and he has had an important role.
Yeah, he's done a lot more than...
It's a bit like Sterling, isn't it, Dave? What you were saying. Although he hasn't scored, and he's probably criticised for not scoring, he does a lot for
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think he started this tournament either, did he? Did he come in the second game?
Didn't play the first game, yeah. France struggled in the first game. I think it was Australia, was it?
Against Denmark as well. That was dour, that match.
Yeah.
Look at N'Golo Kante, look at him go.
Nicks in and gets the ball.
I love him.
How on earth did we sign Xhaka?
Oh, that's ball though. He can't pass.
Mental.
I think he's added that.
He's
added that to his game. For Chelsea, he's just an all-action midfielder now. For Leicester, he was that. Olivier!
I don't know why he's standing up.
He was asking a lot of Olivier Giroud there.
I think he should have been on his bike a bit quicker there. He's only got one option here to cut it back. It's like,
Just is he on? I think he's on.
He's on.
let's get back on.
He's on as he cuts
Right
his
back.
He should have. I don't know.
This is a very tight game.
Who do you actually follow? Do you have an allegiance to one club that you played for?
I was a Southampton fan.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably look more Brighton, Southampton, Chelsea. I had a really good time at Brighton. I went there, loved it.
The Hugh? Or was it?
Gus Poyet.
Gus Poyet.
Yeah, fans are quality. Fans are great. Southampton, obviously, that's my team. But I had a long time at Chelsea. City as well. I always look to say City. To be fair, look how everyone's getting on. I've been at West Ham.
Fun-loving guys. Everyone.
I've been at West Ham. I loved it as a club. It reminded me of like Southampton, Fulham. They're a real family club. Yeah. Buzzing for Fulham as well coming up. So I was there before.
They've just signed someone that was linked with Barcelona last season, Alessandro Playa from Nice. That is an excellent bit of business. Might get Mitroglou as well. Do you see Fulham staying up?
I hope so. They've got a good first-team coach, Scotty Parker.
Yeah,
someone I know. Yeah, buzzing for him to get that job.
Have you spoken to him about that?
No, I sent him a text and everything, just saying, cushy little job, mate. It's only down the road, isn't it? Down the road.
Cushy little job.
Yeah. I just congratulated him, really, because all I've heard from anyone that's worked with him or done their badges with him and how everyone speaks to him, everyone rates him really highly.
He was Spurs youth team coach last year.
He was,
did a great
everyone
job.
Saying he was doing really good, so I'm absolutely buzzing for him to get this opportunity. And like I said, I think he will go and be a great manager.
Do you?
From what I've heard people say, and you know, I hear him talk football all the time. I think he'd be a really good manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he's one of these players that I always find with Scott Parker, looking at it from the outside, is that he played for so many different clubs and so many London clubs as well. Yet he gets respected everywhere he goes because there seems to be a huge level of respect for everything he's done. No one seems to have a bad word to say about him.
No, like he's a gentleman as well.
Is he?
You
Yeah.
know, he might not have been on the pitch, he used to smash people for
Yeah,
fun, but he's a gentleman. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And like I said, he has got respect from everyone.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else you played with that you think could make a great manager that's not made a step up yet?
Joe Cole, maybe.
Really? Joe Cole, that
I
surprises me.
I think he'd be quite a good manager.
Said that with a right smile, like it'd be fun to play.
That is my opinion, but I haven't heard if he's going to be a good manager or not, or what badges he has done. But yeah, I'd say probably Joe Cole.
I
I've got a mate of mine who used to play at Southampton, Gary Monk. He's obviously a manager.
Yeah, of course,
I never thought he would have gone into management.
Really?
Wow.
And some.
Was he quite
usually
quiet,
the
quite
people that
reserved?
you don't expect to do
Is
it
it?
surprise you.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
What about yourself? You ever thought about it?
I was thinking about doing my badges and hopefully Scotty gets a manager's job and I get the first team coach. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's for me. I need to do it just to see if it is for me. I'd rather be playing. I bet. Now I'm watching this. I just want to go and play.
Do you want to go there?
I just can't.
Did you not fancy a bit of a swan song in the States or in?
I would love to have gone to the
IPL?
States. My knee was just finished.
Was it?
When I was at Reading. I wanted to go out and play there.
Just because Joe Cole's over there, that's why it reminded me of it.
Yeah.
He seems to be enjoying
just
life.
to
That's it,
experience it. But yeah, I'm not sure if coaching's going to be for me, but I need to give it a go just to see.
Just to know, right?
Yeah.
Lads, we've got a Twitter poll that has split the nation.
Good. We
It's
love a poll that splits the
But
nation.
I'm gonna pose the questions to you guys first.
It's not about my area,
So
is it?
obviously, no, it's not. It's not.
Oh.
But obviously, I'm from a neutral perspective, being Northern Irish. So I'm gonna ask all you guys: would you rather England win the World Cup or be gifted £10,000?
England win the World Cup.
England win the World Cup.
This is.
I would definitely take the £10,000 personally.
You take the 10,000. Well, yeah.
Realisation there.
What is the split, Nate?
through.
So 27,000 people have voted, and it's so close.
27,000.
Yeah, that's good.
They're not all English.
So 51.
You can't do that.
I like the comment underneath as well. Wow, this poll is so close. Is that Alexander?
Nate,
Can we find out how many are
So
actually
there we go. So 51%
like
England
football.
win the World Cup.
Wayne makes a very good point. What's the demographic, the split, the age groups, the nationalities?
Twitter is not advanced enough to tell us that yet. Maybe someday. But I think that's mad. I'd be taking the 10 grand. That would be good.
OK, do you take 10 grand or Northern Ireland to win the World Cup?
Oh, well. Northern Ireland win the World Cup.
I'd have raised if you said the 10 grand and then stuck to your guns. But
No.
Surely it's once in a lifetime World Cup.
I mean, and risk waiting another 60 years for it.
To be honest, Northern Ireland to qualify for a World Cup or 10 grand, and I'd probably still just to qualify and be there.
I thought you were
Wayne, I don't know if you know, but what Nathan is devastated. I don't know if you remember how Northern Ireland got eliminated from the World Cup. They lost a qualifying match. Switzerland, was it?
Yeah,
With
don't talk about it. It still hurts. It's still very angry at that referee.
He had all his plans gone out and it cut him deep, didn't it?
Every time Switzerland's been playing, I've just been hoping they get beaten heavily.
And since what Wayne said about playing against Switzerland,
Yeah, I know. When you were talking about that, my fist was clenching.
Don't expect it.
I thought you were going to say.
Wayne, you're not happy. Why are you not happy?
I want Belgium to win.
The right back that never overlaps, the furthest man at the pitch.
I thought you were meaning you wanted him to square it.
What's
but
the ball?
No,
He's got to square that to Griezmann. I know he scored an absolute humdinger in the last game or the game before that.
Is that in his mind, do you think?
I mean, you shoot
can't
from
even
8
score.
yards.
You can't even score.
I'd definitely shoot there.
Definitely got to shoot.
Griezmann's free there.
Mbappe on corners. Not a great corner.
Right, cool. Go on then, Dogs.
This is going extra time, lads, isn't it, this game?
No, come
It's
on.
going extra time.
It should be. I think it should be 1-1 at the moment, barring a couple of good saves.
Let's still go extra time, then, isn't it?
Let's be honest, guys. Do you think England or Croatia have a chance of beating them?
Of course you do.
Come on, I'm mixing the pot. I'm mixing the pot.
Why are you killing the mood?
This is realistic. This is realistic.
Do you know what? I'm
We
going
can
to
have
make
a
a point. I
punch-up.
don't know if you agree with this, Wayne. if England played France or Belgium in a knockout game, I'd sort of understand where you're coming from, and I might fancy France-Belgium. But I think in a one-off game, in a final, do you know where I'm coming from there? In a one-off game, in a final, it goes out the window.
We've been really good as well.
Yeah.
Which helps. I think we do all right. I rate our team really highly. I think we're an exciting team. And like I said, everyone seems really relaxed. I don't think anyone would be overawed by these two teams.
Right.
Here's a question. Cast your mind back when England played Belgium. If Marcus Rashford had scored that one-on-one, scored it, England topped the group in a harder side of the pot,
right,
how do you think England's getting on?
I think we'd still be in the semi-final. So there you go.
We'll be there next.
That was a really well-constructed question.
I mean, yeah, he's done well. It's all very negative towards England, these questions, Nathan.
Right, I'll change that then.
would have took Brazil, because I think the game would have been more open for England and might have suited them a little bit.
Actually, Rashford, I also think people calling for Sterling to be dropped as well need to go back and re-watch that game and see how kind of largely ineffective Rashford was. And I really wanted him to seize his opportunity.
That's such a difficult for any player coming into that team, though, because there were so many changes.
Yeah,
and maybe they were trying too hard. I think they should have changed maybe one or two players and let them just slot into a team that's playing well.
I suppose if Harry Kane gets injured in that game, though,
everyone's just trying too hard. I've been in situations like that where...
So you kind of sympathise with them over...
Yeah, you'd rather, like, you know, maybe put Danny Rose in and Rashford in and just see what happens then, rather than change the whole thing. Because you're changing the whole team. Basically.
You're a big fan of Rashford, aren't you? You said you potentially like him to be included, but I think Sterling's just essential.
Yeah.
So we have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to see Loftus-Cheek.
Over who?
Rashford, Dele Alli.
Okay.
Loftus-Cheek, Rashford, and
taking out a goal scorer.
Yeah.
It's in the ascendancy way.
Rose, maybe for Young. Or Young has had such a great season and he's done well, but I'd like to see a left-footed player, so I'd make 3 changes. I would have made 3 changes in that just to see how they get on.
I agree with Rose. I actually think when Rose is probably our best player, albeit another little shimmy for Januzaj, he scored, but I think Rose was great against Belgium. Just like the time that it takes Young to put it back on his right foot to cross sometimes costs us those valuable seconds, doesn't it? But do you think you need... having that left foot.
Well, is it perfect guess to ask as a left-sided fullback?
I don't want to take away from him. He's been great and he had a great season.
But does it matter he's not left-footed? Because a lot of people are saying against better teams you want your left-footed.
Yeah, I would if it was me. Yeah. But obviously that's probably why I'm not England manager.
After those coaching badges,
maybe one day. Maybe one day.
I would like to see him play. Those are the 3 changes I would make.
Yeah, fair enough.
And sometimes I think is Ali playing with a little bit of a niggle?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think he's fit?
And if he is, from what I've heard about Loftus-Cheek and what I've seen, I'd play him.
Yeah, good position.
Dangerous free kick, this guys.
If they score just be half time,
if you're which player's taking this? Griezmann?
Antoine
Griezmann, yeah. Got to be Griezmann.
Sorry to interrupt, fellas, but I think we've got a special message from Tubes here that you can see. He wants to ask Bridge a very special question. So can you ask Bridgie if he's found his driver head yet?
Talk us through this, Wayne.
It was unbelievable, really. We thought we'd do a little trick shot. I can't believe it came off straight away, to be honest. And then I must have caught the ball right on the edge of where the head meets the thing. It just snapped it in half. I still haven't got a drive yet. I'm waiting for Ping to send me a new one.
How about great stuff from short?
Here he is.
From short some tubes, even.
Great bit of skill, that.
That is Big Ange, isn't it? Tubes' brother.
They're about to take the free kick.
The legend
at Efflingham Golf Club. I hope no one's watched that.
Here we go, it's Griezmann.
Griezmann, some over the ball.
Hit the ball.
Right, Griezmann.
In the game again.
Cheers for that, Tubesy. Back to the action, Griezmann free kick.
That is a big old wall, isn't it?
Wow. Come on.
Tubes his golf as average. I thought he'd be quite good as average. He ain't the best.
He seems like he's...
And he plays all the time. Does he? He plays all the time, but he hasn't improved.
I'll tell you what, against us, he bossed in the midfield against us, wasn't he? We played there.
Oh, good player.
Yeah, good
player, yeah.
I think he...
How's your golf, Wayne?
Chasing shadows.
It's all right, hit and miss. Yeah.
You better than Tubes at golf?
We're on about the same standard, and I don't think I'm very good to
Why is golf every footballer's second sport, you know? I want a player to be like, I'm a water polo, you know. I go
darts. A lot of them into darts as well, haven't they?
Yeah. But is it just because, you know, just get away from everything, it's nice?
Golf? I was never really into it. I only started playing over the last 2-3 years.
Oh, fair play.
And that was more because I was good weather golf. When we were in Portugal and the weather was great, and we had a buggy and we had a cool box of beers in it. And
Away you go.
yeah, nice. I'm a social golf player.
Fair weather golfer, yeah.
I'm not one of them ones that's going to play week in, week out and try and improve. I just do it to enjoy it.
So if it's chucking down with rain, you know, it's not you.
I'm all right, mate. I'm staying 19th hole.
Sure, we've got Wayne Bridge, the boxer, here as well. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Boxed a little bit, yeah, boxed a little bit.
Talk us about the boxing. Nathan is a huge boxing fan.
Oh, yeah.
Quiz him on anything boxing,
it.
he'll know the answer to it.
I loved it. I loved the training, just to keep fit, and I'm competitive, so I enjoyed it. But the sparring, oh my God.
Really?
I sparred some really good people. Burst my eardrum in the first sparring session.
Oh, God, no!
Burst your eardrum, that sounds... Burst your
Yeah, just
eardrum?
caught with a sweet punch. I didn't even know I'd done it at the time. Went to have a shower and I thought like my ear was blocked. Went to like pop it and just air was coming out of my ear.
Wow.
Would you do it again?
I've done it twice. I would do it again. I've got an opportunity of doing it again. My missus doesn't want me to do it again.
No.
Can we...
and my memory's getting quite bad, so I'm wondering if it's anything to do with the sparring.
I want to see Smithy against yourself. That's a matchup
Are you sure? Me against Wayne Bridge?
Yeah,
No
I think that's an even matchup.
Of course it's not an even match.
Not taking on Rio by any chance,
No chance.
He's a big lad,
he's too big, isn't he?
That's huge.
Temp's had a good idea there. Let's do a poll and see who the people think will win.
Have you ever done it?
No, but I really
You're
want
into
to.
your
I've started training.
He started sparring?
Yeah, I've started training, but I think like I've been told that in a few weeks I could do some sparring, so that's a stage I want to be able to get to. But I think maybe when I get hit by a shot, I'll be.
It's dangerous if you go into someone that you don't know what you're going to come up against, to be honest. I think you've got to be able to have a little bit of a tear up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to come up against, especially, you know, it's not like professional. They try and match you right. And I try to box. I'd rather fight a boxer than a brawler.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jackson, you've been privy to a bit of a tear up, haven't you, mate?
Yep.
I don't know.
How was the
FD boys the weekend?
He always wins.
How was the adrenaline rush in the boxing ring compared to like football pitch? Like, is it comparable?
Well, my first fight, after the first round, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to complete the rest of the fight because my adrenaline was so high. The second fight, I was a bit more composed, but it's just so different. You know, you're going on a football pitch. You're not going to get smashed in the face or anything, are you? So I'm just more worried about when I fought Spencer Matthews. It was a bit like if he had beat me, my family would have disowned me, and I probably wouldn't have wanted to show my face in public for quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, posh Chelsea boy is a bit like
expectations. Quite big.
It was there. He was quite big, but he was better than what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some videos of him, and I didn't think technically he was that great. But it was difficult because I didn't think technically he was great, but it was hard because where I thought technically good boxers.
Yeah.
It was hard going into that.
One player you'd like to box.
Quite a lot.
One football player, current player, and that's just, you know, a diplomatic way of saying one player you'd like to smack in the face, isn't it, really? But let's go back to how I phrased it first.
As in now?
Yeah, one player, currently playing.
Now?
You'd like to get in the ring with, or you think he'd give you a good game, let's
trying
say.
to think if anyone annoys me, but...
What about former teammate?
Neymar, innit?
You don't like divers? Yeah, mate.
Mauro Balotelli used to do my head in.
Let's get it sorted. Balotelli versus Bridge.
He's probably half decent, to be fair. I think he does kickboxing and all that. He's probably half decent, but he used to just do my head in.
Boxing Jack, back to the football, Hamill. It is 0-0 at half-time. Interestingly, France to win on penalties. You can get 7-1 with Sky Bet. 7-1 France win on penalties. Don't forget, odds are subject to change. See skybet.com for latest. You have to be 18+, of course. Full terms and conditions apply.
What's Belgium win on penalties?
What's Belgium winning on penalties, Wayne wants to know. We don't
Get that in your ear.
On the website, skybet.com, there are full information on various other bets. It's a great app. You have a look at it. So you can get on that.
As a duck.
Guys, can I just say, we're getting a lot of actual stick at the minute, and you probably don't know why, but the reason is this, pizza. We are getting a lot of abuse in the comments for not eating this fine pizza.
Well,
so let's dig in.
I have eaten all of that, so...
I've put on about...
I don't like mushrooms.
I've had 4.
I've put on about...
I don't know how I feel about the mushrooms.
I've put on about £8 since we started doing these live streams.
Love a bit of this. Wayne
let's
had it at the top of the show as well.
I don't know how I'm skinny and fat at the same time.
Let's make the people happy by eating pizza.
Do you enjoy eating this sort of stuff now you finish football? Or, you know...
Oh, I love eating it. I've always loved eating it, but But I guess what's worse now is I could eat it when I was playing, and now I probably shouldn't eat it because I'm not doing the training. So if I was boxing training again, maybe. But yeah, that's the problem when you lose. Just
because actually, not many of the footballers that we've been joined with.
Good point.
In, but as soon as you sat down, you were like, "Get a load of that."
A lot of them didn't.
I try not to eat it. If you stick food in front of me, I'm going to eat it no matter what it is.
Belgium are 13-2 to win on pens. Wayne, best chance of the game, Wayne, this one we're looking at. Alderweireld on Lloris.
Great save. Yeah, it was a good save. I know I said he should have caught it, but no, it was a great save.
Really nice. I think Pavard's was an equally as good a chance.
I don't know why I went for 3-2, to be honest. They got two great goalkeepers in this game. Yeah. I don't know why I went for 3-2.
Courtois against Brazil was immense, wasn't he? I actually think he's not had the... I mean, to say he's had a bad time of it at Chelsea would be.
I think because Chelsea was so inconsistent, it's hard to give him a stick, I think.
And like I said before the show, I think he wants to leave. You've said a lot of Chelsea players want to leave, so that might not be unusual in the current setup, but his sort of wife and kids are in Madrid, aren't they? But he's definitely put himself in the shot window with that display against Brazil. Immense, wasn't he? That save from Neymar at the end.
Great save. Look,
crazy.
All the Chelsea players could be in the shop window at the moment in time.
I know,
I think it's scary times for Chelsea at the moment.
Have you got an opinion on Sarri, the manager that might come in from Napoli, or...?
I think he'll do well. I think they need the change. Conte was great.
Yeah.
But I know what Roman's like before, and I think everyone knows what he's like. Yeah. You know, if you don't produce, you're gone.
And if you kind of come to loggerheads, there's only one winner, isn't there?
And it looks like he had lost the team, to be honest.
Yeah, there was times there last season.
It does need to change. I'm just surprised it hasn't happened yet. Obviously, with all the talk, you think it's got to happen.
Yeah.
So I just want to see it happen soon, because if it doesn't, then he hasn't got much time to go and buy some.
Do you know what I would have loved if Conte went to Arsenal? So pre-Unai Emery, would you have taken Conte at Arsenal?
Well, when there was talk of Arteta,
Chelsea.
Wow, can you imagine that?
Yeah, they're definitely, because obviously before there was loads of talk of Arteta.
Yeah.
At that stage, I would probably would have taken Wayne Bridge.
I'd say I wouldn't.
Yeah, so the fact we managed to get him in now, but I would definitely would take Antonio Conte. But we'll see what this man's done, because the thing I like about him, this new guy, he's come in, got his business done early. He's got five new signings in done.
Signed Lucas Torreira today from Sampdoria.
Yeah, really good sign.
He's been class for Uruguay at this World Cup. Didn't start the first couple of games. Really combative little midfielder.
22 million, something like that.
Yeah, I think he's could be one of the outstanding buyers of the season. I really do, in terms of value, pound for pound. He's a great little player. A bit like me, he's got a bit of a small man syndrome.
A bit like you, yeah. And on top of football, Hamill, you'll be pleased to know...
I also spend most of my time on the ground like he does as well.
Well, you'll be pleased to know, Adi Bayrak and Fenwa, I know that you love these recreations. World Cup go. Over to you, Beastman.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Adi Bayrak Fenwa, a.k.a. The Beast. And today, I am going to recreate the wonder strike, Maxi Rodriguez, Argentina against Mexico, World Cup 2006. But he did it with his left foot. I'm doing it with my right. Maxi, you got a problem, hit me up on WhatsApp. Let's go. Smitty, listen, delivery is key, all right? No pressure, pressure. All right, let's roll. Oh, Lord. Deal with that, big man. Come on now. Bring me here. What are you sending me back? Oh, gosh. Oh, just getting warmed up. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Lord. There, oh. Reverse it. Oh, there it is. No. There it is. Oh. Ah, chest. There, ah. Aye. There it is. Jeez. So, chest. There it is. Oh, it's the fade away. We're talking to the footballing god, number 100 or so. Let's roll. All right, footballing gods. No. You know what? I've got to say, Maxi Rodriguez, your goal was too flipping good to recreate. I'm not even ashamed to say it. I even tried it on my right foot. It was too good.
So, clearly, me and Bridge have the strongest bladders because everyone else is cleared off to the toilet. How do you think the second half is going to pan out, my friend?
I'll stick with my 3-2 Belgium. No. I think Belgium looked like a better team. France got back into it a little bit. But I think Belgium is still going to nick it.
Yeah, I think Belgium had edge possession down there. They had edge chances.
Yeah.
The sort of... When they were on top, it seemed a little bit more... They seemed a bit more decisive, didn't they? France kind of got in, a couple of deflections, Pavard late run. I actually think...
To be fair, they probably had the best chances.
Yeah.
France, Pavard's chance, great chance.
I went 3-1 France. I think... I'm going to stick with my opinion. I think France could win this by a 2-goal margin still. I just think Belgium are going to come and stuck. They remind me of Colombia. Like, I just feel like there's a point where their performance levels are going to drop off. I don't know why. It's not the most analytical of me.
To be honest, if I had to pick a team, I'd probably say France is going to nick this, but I really want Belgium to win, so I'm sticking with Belgium win. But I think the France chance, like I said, I think they've had the better chances.
Did you ever play against France? Or French opposition in the Champions League? Because I just want to know what's the PG reason for, you know, you're not back in the French, let's say.
All right. No, I don't know. I like Belgium. I said from the start I like Belgium. They got a lot of Premier League players. England are obviously going to get through.
Yeah.
Cool. Play Belgium in the final. It's a great advert for Premier League. You know, they're all so many Premier League players playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you like the players that play in the
There might be other
Premier League,
reasons, but it's not coming out.
Afterwards. I'll tell everyone on Twitter now. Dave, what do you think is going to happen second half?
I think it's still going to be cagey. I think there might only be one kind of goal in this.
I think Belgium need a goal sooner because I think France, if it goes on towards it, I think France got a chance and they can go at the end, yeah.
You know what's not cagey? You're going for the double slice there. Look at making it for lost time, mate. You're absolutely savage. We had any questions from Social Corner?
Yeah, Smithy was giving me abuse before for being too negative on England. So here's a change. Here's a positive slant. So it's John from Soccer AM on YouTube. He's commented. So he wants to know, how much of an advantage do you believe Belgium and England have, considering they're able to rest players in a game?
That's a really good
And he also wants to ask, maybe yourself know, like that World Cup format, is it tiring a process for the players?
So do you run off pure adrenaline at the World Cup or a major international tournament, or does that definitely take its toll?
I think so, but playing extra time, for instance, the Croatian team that have played extra time.
That's twice, isn't it?
Twice.
And their strongest team twice.
They are definitely going to be affected.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, just playing it once affects you in the next game. Playing it twice in a row, I think, is going to affect them massively.
And more so on their midfield, which is their strongest component, right? So you're hoping that Modric post-30, Rakitic post-30, playing 2 extra times, going to penalties, that does have...
You do hope so, but I have to be totally honest, they've got engines, them two. They have got great engines, but, you know, 2 extra times has got to take its toll on anyone, I feel. Do you think it has to?
We haven't really spoke about how you think tomorrow's game is going to fare. Are you overwhelmingly positive, like most of the nation, or...?
Oh, yeah, I'm positive. I definitely believe.
Yeah?
Like I said, I'll be watching it in the pub tomorrow, so...
What pub, just in case you know?
After 2 pints, I'll be believing it even more. I do believe they do it, and what I'm hoping is we make some changes late on. Loftus-Cheek, Rashford.
These 3 players you really want to see on, Wayne, don't you?
I want to see them get on and make an impact on the World Cup. Loftus-Cheek for Chelsea next year, I just think could have such a good season. He's got to be given the chance.
But will he be given the chance?
I hope so.
Isn't it? It's about time.
I was hoping he was going to get more of a chance this World Cup. Yeah. So I'm hoping he plays a little bit more because I think he's a great player.
Great season at Palace, and Hodgson deployed him on that left-hand side to great effect, didn't he? So, yeah, hopefully he does get a game with
I always
Chelsea.
think it's going to be a tight game and slow start, but England, they've always done quite well. You know, they've created early chances. Yeah. They've done well.
Tuck into that pizza, Hamill. Whilst you do that, we caught up with AJ3, obviously famous YouTuber, and he told us about his best World Cup memories. Here it is.
Being in primary school and the whole school just shutting down, cancelling lessons, and us all piling into one classroom to watch the England match. I couldn't tell you what match it was, who we were playing, if we won or anything. I can just vividly remember going into one specific classroom, knowing that we didn't have to go to lessons and we got to watch the England match. I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely the World Cup. It's hard to have a good one, being only 24 and from England. So I think just from a fan's perspective on watching the match, probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in the World Cup was 7-1 in Brazil. Like, it's just one of them things where you just watch it and you'll just never see anything like that ever again. It was crazy. Probably the wink, being an Everton fan. Rooney's one of the, even though he never stayed at our club for a long time, he's one of the legends of our club. Seeing him do that and seeing Ronaldo being so smug about it and how it was just all over the news, and that was the thing from that World Cup for England. No matter how we did, it was just Ronaldo's annoying face. Beckham, probably. I remember him scoring that free kick. Probably the only good memory that I can think of from the World Cup, just off the top of my head as an England fan. Just thinking we're going out in qualifiers, and then last minute, David Beckham does David Beckham things, and it's just everyone goes crazy.
He's been given that job.
Cheers, AJ3. Interesting chat going on with Hamill and Wayne. Go on, take it away, Chris. It's a good question.
I'm going to ask that question again, because, you know, it doesn't often, you know, come into my head.
No, I know.
A great question.
I noticed.
Who are you? But wait, so we're just talking about England's back five, weren't we, and how I think John Stones having a great tournament, a lot of pressure on him to sort of bring out the ball, break the lines, fantastic distributor, and sort of Harry Maguire with his, you know, gigantic head and the ability just to go and everything. But as a fullback, how impressed are you in terms of Kyle Walker adapting from right back to that right centre back role in the back three?
I'm impressed. He's obviously got the ability, because I think from him going from Tottenham to Man City and how quickly he slotted into that team and carried on playing well, because there's a lot of pressure on him. He obviously handles it well. And he was obviously he said he'd rather play wing back than where he's playing now. But you know, he's playing for his country at a World Cup. Yeah. I don't think he cares where he'd be playing. Really, but he's just done his job. He's done well.
I think he said that 12 months ago he wouldn't have been able to do that, but thanks to Pep Guardiola, he has been able to make that transition. Do you think there's many other fullbacks? Maybe Meunier for PSG use that could adapt as well as he has.
I'd do it in my sleep, mate. I'd do it in my sleep.
Yeah?
It wouldn't be a position that it would appeal to me, to be honest. No.
There's a couple of like glaring errors in the first couple of games. Obviously the penalty, and then what was the one against?
It was harsh, the penalty.
Who did we play in the round?
Colombia got caught.
Colombia, of course, that was it. Yeah, Colombia, he almost got away.
But he's had a good tournament, hasn't he?
I think he's had a great tournament, but I'm just want to, in terms of...
For me, I wouldn't want to do it, and I don't think I'd do as well as what he done, to be honest.
So he deserves plaudits, yeah?
I think so, yeah, definitely.
Fair play. I'll kick him back off now.
Right, second half.
It's great, 'cause he's got so much pace. To have that pace at the back
proper weapon,
great for England, yeah.
Second half is underway. There we go, Hamill. Officially underway. Of course,
come on, Belgium.
Wayne is a big Belgian fan for this game.
We've got a question from Pat. He says,
go for it.
Is there an explanation behind the World Cup winners' curse? So Italy, Spain, Germany, all getting knocked out.
He's talking about the three winners have all got knocked out in the group stage in the following.
England will sort that out next year.
Could he have gone down there? Could he have gone down there?
Do you think there's a reason for that, or?
I just think consistency, like legacy's just so hard to achieve, isn't it? Like,
have those teams changed much? You know, other teams have changed. You know, it's a 4-year gap. It's a 4-year gap.
I think the thing with that is, if a team wins the World Cup, you'd like to think that team is at the peak at that moment in time, right? And then because it's a winning team, you don't really want to change it. So you go into the next World Cup with the same group of players that may be a little bit older, a little bit slower. And then
that's what happened with Germany. They were accused of being predictable this tournament, and they had Kadir in central midfield, whose legs, had gone noticeably.
Yeah,
so quick in him.
I don't understand why they didn't take Sane. That seems.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely.
They weren't that surprised in Germany for some reason.
Really?
Well, because his record for Germany isn't what it is.
I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, he's played poorly for Germany.
So.
It's easy to say now they're out. Yeah, they weren't going to do very well.
If you're talking about stats, Hamill, Belgium, no European side scored more in qualifying than Belgium. And people say, yeah, you said the European qualifiers is fairly easy, but they've taken it to the World Cup. The only team in the tournament to have a 100% winning record in this World Cup. Top scorers in the tournament. They've beaten teams from Europe, Asia, Africa, Central America and South America, and had 9 different Belgian scorers.
This World Cup?
Yes, this World Cup.
Yeah, but the England game was a bit rough. It was meaningless, the England game.
One game.
Yeah, but it's one game, yeah. But England have won all the other.
Go on. Yeah,
so that
that
would have been a totally different result if if we'd had
They've
both
scored
good
14,
teams
I think,
out.
so far.
That's that.
One of the teams. Not having that.
Like the pizza, that's that.
Well done
9
for the
different
rest of the
Belgian
games.
scorers as well, though.
But,
Yeah,
I mean, they have got goals in them.
Everyone's chipping in.
I think the only team that scored more at a World Cup finals is Brazil in 2002 with 15 and Belgium on 14 now. So,
So you think they'd
unless they're back now, yeah, meaningless. 14, second best, whatever. I actually want France to win, mate. I'm sorry, mate.
Guys, social corner. What have you put any polls out in terms of who people want to win? English fans would like to face, or
we put a poll out on Football Daily. England fans, who would you rather face in the World Cup final?
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, Belgium are topping that at the moment. 55%.
Surely close, right?
It is very close. Yeah. Well, France were way ahead for a while.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Go on.
If England in the final,
winning in the final,
right? They're going to win it.
Yeah.
If they were to lose it, who would you rather them lose against, Belgium or France?
Definitely Belgium.
France.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely
Belgium, isn't it?
Probably Belgium.
I
I
feel like you want to lose
Come on,
against
Belgium.
Come on, Belgium! You're on the attack.
I would like a first-time winner if we were going to lose it to someone.
Oh,
I don't know if I would. I think I'd prefer to lose to the French side.
Would you?
They're a better side.
Yeah, just because you feel like you've missed out on an
you feel like-
opportunity if you haven't beat the Belgians.
Why would you
I
rather
also
lose?
feel a little...
That's how I feel.
I can
Yeah,
sympathise with that.
I feel like we can definitely beat Belgium, but I feel like France would be a bigger struggle. So losing against them, it won't be as surprising.
I believe they can beat both, but no, it's
You're talking about
Look at Belgium's team. They are a good team.
They are a really good team, but
There's
I really
more
rate
obvious
the French
weaknesses,
side.
I think, with Belgium.
Yeah.
better team on paper, France for you.
And France have a better bench. I think Belgium starts to get very patchy when you pass the first 11.
Yeah,
like
that's a
Dedrick
good point,
Boyata, I'm a
actually.
Celtic fan, but you know we call him Bomb Scare Boyata because he's just due a mistake every single game. And he was their starting centre back in this tournament.
I was a little bit worried where you're going with Bomb Scare.
Carrasco.
Yes, come in, rogue.
We raided it, and we'll move on. But France, yeah, I mean, Blaise Matuidi started the tournament on the bench, and now he's starting. You've got, I mean, maybe in defence they're a little bit short. Adil Rami's good, but
Go on.
Chris, I think that's a really good point about the benches. Like, you know, like
France have got a better bench. Though.
yeah,
They got a lot more depth.
Yeah.
A lot
And
more
you
depth.
go back to players like Leroy Sané not in, Anthony Martial. For me, that was a huge omission.
Lacazette. There was loads of players that didn't make into the squad.
Yeah.
Loads.
France and Germany, the start of the tournament, they could have put out two sides, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But
I said that to you with France for my pick, wasn't I?
Which side?
Remember our Facebook Live?
you did. What did I say?
France.
Brazil.
Brazil, you
So
said.
what do I know? Nothing.
You also said Deschamps
You've
was...
got lovely eyelashes, mate, by the
You
way.
said, they are very long. My eyelashes are incredibly long.
Like an elephant.
I have been told that many times.
Makeup did a
Very
good
long
job.
Eyelashes. They're real, actually.
That was genuine.
That's real.
Compliment as well. Not like tubes mugging you off.
I'm not wearing mascara, no. By the way, on the subject of Chris Hamill, he said
Tourist out.
Deschamps was useless in that Facebook Live.
He is.
France were
He is.
You really want Belgium to win this, don't you?
They were toilet for the first
Went to
three
go and
games.
buy a Belgian shirt. I couldn't find one.
If anyone's got a
I
Belgian
went to
shirt,
two shops
they can
and then
send
my
us.
mum drove around free for me.
Hang on, your mum actually drove to get your Belgian
Yeah,
shirt?
she was on the way up. So if you pass any sports shops, if they got any Belgian.
What a legend.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
Actually,
If anyone's got a Belgian shirt and is in near the Isleworth region...
Well, no, it's too late now. I'm not going to wear it in the final, am I?
going back to your remark, I think Deschamps has been... I mean, France have only turned on against Argentina.
He's
Samuel!
Wow!
Look at that, Dan.
And now they're turning it on against Belgium.
Umtiti, header from a corner. Wayne, talk to me.
Wow.
He's a beast.
You're not happy, are you?
His head's gone.
Wayne really wants Belgium to win this. But it is France who've scored the first goal.
They got enough time to get back into it.
Big goal in this World Cup semi-final. Umtiti from a corner, Chris Hamill.
Do you know what it is about Deschamps as well? Like he said...
Come on.
These are the scenes. Look, they are the scenes in Paris, mate.
Oh, look at it.
Look at the scenes in Paris behind you,
He got
Hamill.
there just before him. Does that come off his arm a little bit there?
There they are.
Wayne, you need to get your Belgian shirt quickly. Come on, we get along.
out there.
Yeah.
An handball.
They are the scene, and you can see Antwerp. Look at Antwerp. Absolute silence in Antwerp. The scenes. Look at the difference in the scenes. France fans going absolutely crazy.
Come on, Belgium.
Belgium, look at them. Devastating in Antwerp.
Yeah, 1-0 down, mate.
He made up
How do you beat him, Phil?
Umtiti's one of the best centre-halves in the world. But I don't think he should be beating Fellaini in the air there at all. But, you know, c'est la vie.
Players for tomorrow.
Definitely get some players tomorrow.
Let him off.
Dangerous now.
So
What's your English perspective?
Sorry,
Tell you now.
Deschamps useless, Hamill, is what you said.
They were rubbish in the first 3 games.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And can I just say, on Deschamps useless, he's aiming to be the 3rd person to win the World Cup.
As a player and a manager,
ever.
I'm going to ruin the punchline for you.
To win the World Cup as both the player and the manager. Yeah.
I think it's going to become too open now, Phil. Belgium pushing to go for another goal.
They need Eden Hazard now. This is his moment.
Smithy, do you not
grab him back into it? Grab the game by the scruff of the neck now, either De Bruyne or Hazard.
Do you not expect more expansive football from this current group of French players than what you've seen at this World Cup? He's a bit like, you know, Dunga's Brazil, boring, grinding out results. I want to see him use Pogba properly. In the Euros, he deployed him as a defensive midfielder.
But the final of the Euros, and it looks like they're going to get to the final of the World Cup.
Yeah, but they're boring, Smithy.
It doesn't matter if you win.
Does it? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No, because they've got a good defence.
They made this game boring.
Yeah,
okay. Wayne, do you agree with Hamill? Come on, be honest. Does it matter if you're boring or
they've made it boring. Come on, Belgium. You're
right.
To be honest, if it was England and they were boring and they win, it wouldn't bother me.
We would not care if England were boring and won the World Cup, would we?
No.
Dave, you wouldn't care, would you?
We've won it with penalties and headers.
No, but that's not the argument, lads.
Set-piece specialist.
Don't reword it.
Great, though.
Here he is, Jagger.
Mick Jagger is in attendance.
What does that mean?
Not everyone can be as exciting as Brazil. And
Exactly.
No, but with these players, Wayne.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Oh, come on,
Just before we get into this free kick,
They were exciting against
we've got a
Argentina.
question from Martin Backhouse. He
They
said,
were, but
Are you ready?
Mbappe took that game.
Come on, Thames is speaking, come on.
if you had to pick one player to score the winner and win the World Cup for England,
Danny
who would it be?
Welbeck, straight away, off the bench. That guy Wells. You know what? Right at the last minute.
Great
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd quite love, just because of all the memes, everything, is Harry Maguire to bag
Yeah,
the winner.
same.
Because
I
He's
would
just won
as well.
everything in the air.
I know, actually,
Absolutely.
yeah, Trippier or Sterling, because Sterling's
Sterling's a great shout.
To be honest, even though I'm not English, I like the thought. If England were to win it, the best person would be Jesse Lingard, just because he'd be dabbing all over the
How'd you
show.
do it,
I'd be about that. It'd be a bit of
If the
twirl
winning
on it,
World
you know.
Cup goal was
I'd be
followed by a
happy
dab,
with
Nathan, I'd be extremely disappointed. Mate.
Nathan's
Nah,
dad.
that'd be it.
Can I just say, Nathan's brought a lot to his first football social here, isn't he?
Thank you.
I mean, he's
Not just strawberries, even more than that.
Did you bring them?
Yeah, I did.
I'm a big fan of the
Wimbledon
tan
fever.
jacket as well, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate.
I mean, he's had a go at
20
my
degrees,
family,
isn't
your
it?
haircut,
To
you
be
know.
honest,
he's-
it's
family,
isn't it?
you know,
Cows.
just absolutely
Well,
hands, isn't he?
We'll definitely have you back, mate.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're barely welcome.
So France 1, Belgium 0, 54 minutes. This is where Hazard and De Bruyne.
Look at Kante,
Any
mopping
subs,
up
Wayne?
again.
Would you expect Belgium to chuck on a Batshuayi or mix it up, or any subs, or keep it as it is?
You could probably, you've got, yeah.
They've got options, haven't they?
France have.
Yeah, I
France
think
have
you've got to
started
give it 10 minutes and get someone on. Just try and change it if you
Yeah.
haven't got back into the game.
France are in the ascendancy, aren't they, now?
Yeah, because they're
second
not
half.
creating anything at the moment, really, Belgium. They've got near the box, but they haven't really had the final pass or anything. So they're going to have to change it up.
So here is Ralph with the Bruce. Thanks. Round of applause for Ralph.
Yeah, big up, big up.
Is that yours?
I had a latte. That looks like a latte to me.
Here you go, I'll give you a hand.
Look at this. How the other half live.
Wayne, that's yours, mate.
Right, cheers, pal.
Well, they don't know that at our offices we've got contaminated water, do they? So, and the cubbing worked under mould for 6 months. So
That's true story.
it was definitely true. Come on.
He turned out fine.
And his other lungs fine. So, you know.
Oh, here we go.
Spoon it.
Good clearance, good block, should I say, from Toby Alderweireld. Another one whose hair doesn't move, Hamill.
He's not had the best game, Blaze.
Giroud, Alderweireld, Hamill's a lot of...
I'd, That was Phil.
That was naughty.
That was filthy.
Wow, we need to see a replay on that.
That was
Oh, that Belgian player has a family. Stop it.
Hamill, you were slating Didier Deschamps earlier, but we've got a question.
Oh, can we just appreciate that? Killing him
We've got a question the other side of that. Is Ryan, who's from Soccer AM Facebook, has commented, is Roberto Martinez really a good enough manager to lead Belgium to the World Cup final? Is this maybe Belgium's
I mean,
fault?
like I said, we had our reservations at the start of the tournament, but I think he's proved a lot of people wrong, and he's not really put a foot wrong up until now. The next couple of substitutions could be seminal in terms of their work.
No.
Filthy.
Mbappe.
One thing I will back you up on, Hamill, is that a lot of the French public and the Belgian public, neither of them are... There are a lot of French fans and Belgian fans that both have reservations about both managers. So this is oh my word, fantastic skill.
But post-16, he's really taken this
Semi-final.
World Cup by the scruff of the neck, hasn't he, Mbappe?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't necessarily doing this at the group stage, but he's got a feel
Wait,
for it
Golden
now.
Ball, who do you think is...
That is
You've been your player of the tournament, so we've spoken about strikers and Who do you think is leading the Golden Ball for player of the tournament? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is tough. I'd like to think if England, well, when England go on and win it, I'd give it a Trippier.
Would you? That good, yeah.
Mbappe, I think, has been great. The games that I've seen France play has excited me a lot. And like I said, I think he could end up being the best player in the world.
I think Trippier's a shoe-in for the best right-back at the tournament, I think.
I would say the best full-back in the tournament. Yeah, obviously not the best player
team of the tournament. Oh, dear, Odegaard, what are you doing?
I think it's been difficult for Harry Kane, the way teams have gone up against him. They haven't given him much space. They've been really aggressive in the way they deal with him.
I asked this to Ryan Mason, obviously, because Harry Kane's been made captain. In your experience, how much of an effect does the captain have at international level? More so at club level,
honest,
right?
I think in any team, you need a captain if you haven't got leaders on the pitch. Right. When I was at Chelsea, there was lots of leaders. We may have had a captain, but there were so many leaders. Yeah, so many leaders on the pitch. It's not just one. Think, oh yeah, there's your captain, there's your leader.
Yeah.
I look at that team, think they've all got so much ability, and they all just look like they're having fun playing football. To be honest.
Yeah, I think they've got less inhibitions because of that. Because the average age has come right down to 26. I think England's the third youngest squad at the tournament, and are they playing with more freedom because they can't remember all these terrible.
I think maybe, but I've been really impressed the way they deal with everything, media, the social side of things, and they all seem to deal with everything really well. Really mature for their age. So yeah, as a whole, just
so like going on in Paris, mate, it's all popping off.
The cameraman's doing a swell job there.
They're the back.
I want to ask a question to you guys. Now, of course, we're asking people to send in their questions, so keep them coming in.
Yeah,
this is my one.
Remind us how they can do it, Nate, as well.
Yes, yeah. So if you comment on YouTube, you can also comment on Twitter and also on Facebook. And if you do the football social hashtag, that would be great. But I want to ask a question to you. I want you all looking at your crystal ball. I'm sitting there, and I want England 4 years' time. Where are you guys? Is Gareth Southgate still your manager?
Well,
are you still getting the semi-finals of tournaments?
We'll get knocked out of the group, mate.
Before we do, first sub for Belgium, Dries Mertens on for Moussa Dembele. Sorry, Nathan.
Got to say, I don't know if it's because we've been talking, but I haven't really noticed Dembele, and he's not really impacted this game.
No, I agree.
As much as he does for Tottenham, has he? And we know what he's capable of. He's a fantastic player. But Mertens, that's a big roll of the dice.
I suppose he didn't start, though, to be honest.
On Nathan's point, though,
Hamill's dodging the question.
Sorry,
you can't have it. 4 years' time.
You've got to do something, because since France scored, you're expecting a reaction. They haven't really had a reaction at all. France have had chances. Belgium haven't done a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good answer for you, Nathan, to be honest. 4 years' time, I think the majority of this squad are still going to be 30-odd, so hopefully it'll be a smoother transition from this squad to the next than the couple that preceded it, because we had Wayne Rooney playing central midfield, didn't we? We had Gerrard and Lampard still playing 34. So I think there's more of a long-term plan now for England, isn't there? Do you get that sense, Wayne? That because
you like to think so. It's going to be difficult, but I think everyone seems to like Gareth Southgate. Yeah, tonight he has done well.
Coming on, Ron.
I think everyone knows in football.
Chance for Belgium.
Mertens straight away getting behind the defence.
KDB didn't connect.
Things can change really quickly. A few bad results, struggling to qualify, everything can change really quick. But I'd like to think he's going to be there for a while. So what you were saying about Glenn Hoddle and how much he brought you on as a youngster and how he pushed you into the England setup fairly early doors, do you think that Gareth Southgate, having been manager in the under-21s and as having such a prolific youth system in the under-17s, world champions, and the 19 European champions, 21 was it world champions, or maybe the other way around? But do you think how important is it having a guy who kind of brings on youth in charge, as opposed to like a Capello or a Sven, that were very kind of short-term and... Yeah, like Capello, you talk about Capello, I'd rather play for Gareth Southgate than Capello. I just think, looking from the outside in, he's made them so relaxed. Yeah. Like I said, he does bring players on. I just have my fingers crossed that it continues that way.
Yeah.
No, I hope we don't get a couple of bad results and everyone's on him straight away, because that's what can happen in football. So I think he would deal with it anyway, and he'd turn the corner. But like, I'm hoping that it's just we go on an unbeaten streak for quite a while.
It'd be amazing.
Can I ask as well, when Gareth Southgate was appointed, now let's all be honest, come on, let's all be honest, what was your immediate reaction when Gareth Southgate
I was definitely not impressed.
I've played with him before and I thought, yeah, he's a nice guy, great guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think anyone was...
Yeah.
I was proper and inspired, to be honest.
Yeah.
Completely, yeah.
No, I would put my hand up and say I didn't think he would do the job that he's
managers
done.
are hard, like young...
Especially international.
Well, ex-players or young managers need a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that really worked in his favour, to be honest.
You know, Lampard's just been given a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to give people a
Gerrard
chance.
as well. There's some interesting managers, isn't there?
And if you don't give them a chance, then when are they going to get their chance?
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to be stuck at youth team level for years.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you just got to take the plunge.
Yeah, well, I think that was a good thing with Southgate. You think he's the man to bring through that new crop. And
I can see Southgate being the manager for many years to come, though. In talking about that, I think that the way the public's got, you know.
But like Wayne said,
all everyone's going to say now is, "Oh, you're just getting overexcited."
You can't win, can you?
You can't.
Cannot win.
Can't win.
I fully expect to see all you guys in your waistcoats tomorrow. Have you sorted out?
Completely sold out. I tried, though. Honestly, I tried.
I think the
Let's go Wednesday, yeah.
I think the fact he wants to be there as well, as opposed to kind of just being an elderly statesman, you know, at international level after a 30-year, you know, club career. That definitely helps.
And he's been international.
Also, I think the fact that he's
before,
played as
so
well,
he kind of knows, you know, he knows what it's like to go away at tournaments and stuff.
That redemption story is nice, isn't it? That he missed the penalty and then he oversaw England's first win at an international tournament. That's quality.
That's his passion after every
Unbelievable, yeah. Love that passion.
He seems to have a really good relationship with a lot of the players.
Yeah.
He's a really personable, quiet manager, really good man management.
Right,
It is interesting, though, Nathan, talking about 4 years. The last three winners, 06, 10 and 14 winners of the World Cup, have all got knocked out in the group stage the next tournament, which is...
Oh, you're telling me as we're going to have... if we win this one, I'll take a terrible
take that all day long.
Why not?
All right, I need a bit of magic from Hazard now.
I'm never watching England again if we win it.
Oh!
I'll tell you what, Mertens has already made a positive
Yes,
impact.
he has.
That's two balls. He's playing wide right, so maybe Lukaku's gone a bit more central, because he was drifting out wide. De Bruyne is... White? Right, I've gone Jonathan Ross. Right, and KDB is sitting in a little bit more.
KDB's sitting in a little bit more, doesn't he, that quarterback role? Although, they're pushing quite high up.
They need to, don't they? Look at this. This is a proper Deschamps.
Go on! Belgium, Marouane Fellaini.
Fellas.
Heads it wide. Should he score, Wayne, there?
It's not an easy chance.
Such a Fellaini chance.
I'd love to see him score,
great
especially
ball.
after the first goal.
He's unlucky.
Looks like Lloris actually had that...
Yeah, I think he probably did.
Probably had that.
It's unlucky.
I don't think he did.
It's not easy.
I don't think he had that card at all.
How would you have felt playing against someone like Fellaini? Because he's got such good qualities and such terrible ones.
Playing
as
against
well.
him.
Yeah, well, his elbows, mate. He was grind them on before every game.
It was at Everton when I played against him. He always done really well in midfield.
Yeah. Just bullying people.
If he was ever up against me, you just got to try and manhandle him before the ball gets to him.
Because he's dirt, isn't he?
Just got to try. Yeah.
Give him
You've
some
just
credit,
got to
Hamill.
try and give him a little bit before he gets the ball.
I actually think he see that as a positive himself. He mastered the
part
dark
of his
arts,
game,
doesn't
isn't
he?
it?
Someone has to be dirty. Someone has to take it.
So Belgium are 1-0 down. We've spoken about Martinez's amazing record, only losing one game, and that was his very first match in charge of Belgium. Unbeaten since then. The last time Belgium lost an international match was 1st September 2016. Sam Allardyce was England manager. Donald Trump had yet to win the US presidential election. Leicester were Premier League champions. Ryan Sessegnon had made 4 senior club appearances. Harry Maguire's yet to start a single Premier League game, and 7 of England's 23-man squad had yet to become internationals. Pickford, Pope, Trippier, Maguire, Alexander-Arnold, Lingard and Loftus-Cheek.
We've gone down the rabbit hole now.
Is that going to be broken
what was
today,
the stat
Hamill, do you
again?
think? The last time Belgium lost an international match.
Okay.
A long time ago.
I mean, let's see if Mertens can continue to make a positive impact. What do the rest of you boys think? Dave, Temps, how do you see the second half going? The second half of the second half?
Go on, Sam.
I was going to say, I feel like France are going to score another goal before Belgium score. I think it's going to be 2-0.
I feel like Belgium have to get Kevin De Bruyne and Hazard on the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
Have to get at least one of them players needs
There
to
he is.
grab
He's in
hold
the
of
hole.
this
He's in
game.
the hole.
This is where you want De Bruyne, isn't
I think
it?
it's France. France are tight.
And sitting in front,
and you've got Mbappe gets the ball,
just
runs it and bang.
They get caught on the break.
It's so important.
Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Great
Second goal, this game's done.
It's an obvious thing to say. If you took Mbappe out of this team, they'd be completely different, wouldn't they?
Smooth. Look
how quickly they countered then.
Like I said at the start of the game, now France, this suits France. Bed in, have 2 banks of 4 that are very close to one another, and just have that 1-1 up front. Giroud flicking onto Mbappe, having people support him as he runs up the pitch. But this, if Belgium don't get back into it quickly, this will be 2-0.
They've got everyone behind the ball, right?
Yeah, absolutely everyone.
Yeah, and then just
so lethal.
So boring. They're so boring.
They know how to get the finals, though. Ultimately, that's it.
I've won him over. Another one who thinks the Shams is boring.
Come on. Just need a bit of Hazard magic.
You do. It's Hazard or De Bruyne, one of the two.
Hazard,
Berry one.
He started the first half like an absolute rocket.
Or a corner and company.
Yeah, 15 minutes. He's died. He's got a yellow card as well. Nice. Tread carefully, but.
Sorry, guys, going back to Kylian Mbappe.
Go on.
Do you think, we spoke about this on Football Daily, but do you guys think that Kylian Mbappe is the best teenager in World Cup history?
In World Cup history?
Oh, no.
Whoa, Pele.
Pele.
Yeah,
Pele.
Surely Pele.
He was 17
when he won the World Cup.
Come on, Pele.
Let's say the modern era then. The modern era.
Norman White.
Since the 80s, maybe.
Michael Owen.
They use it.
Yeah, he was a good shout.
Michael Owen, yeah.
What year was that?
France 1998.
Yeah, I was in the
England's
pub watching
youngest ever.
I think R9 won the World
scorer.
Cup at 17 as well, but he didn't play. He was in that squad in '94. R9. We had a bit of a debate on Football Daily. Free little plug there for Football Manager. Is Mbappe the best teenager playing? Well, not at current, but maybe say in the last 20, 30 years. Best prospect you've seen in the last 20, 30 years, let's say, because it is hard to delve back that far, isn't it? So you're looking at candidates like Owen, Mbappe, R9. Yeah, Messi. So what do you boys think?
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Say World Cup.
Also, like, what was his transfer fee at that age?
It's mental, isn't it?
130 mil, was it?
I don't know what it is.
I mean, it would suggest that
he's crazy, man.
He's had a really quick rise, hasn't he? He sort of came out of nowhere at Monaco, and then suddenly he's like a world-class talent.
Belgium are 14-1 with Sky Bet to win this game, obviously.
Even if it goes to penalties.
14-1, that's not bad.
There's a lot of questions Wayne keeps asking me when I do these Sky Bet. That is to win in 90 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
14-1 to win this game in 90 minutes. You've got to be 18 plus. Skybet.com for the latest. Obviously, full terms and conditions apply.
Go on, whip it.
Don't really want Fellaini.
They need to go in the next 20 minutes plus injury time.
Axel Witsel as well, don't they?
They're getting a lot of the ball, but not really creating
France
a lot.
are working hard.
Get in!
VAR!
Man, you won.
You call him VAR?
He was holding him.
He wasn't VAR.
On anything.
When you saw Michael Owen coming through as a fellow professional, what did you think, going back to that teenager question? Because from the age of 18 to 24, he was an absolute unreal.
I remember watching him in the pub, and then a few months later, I made my debut against him. My debut was against Liverpool, Come on after a few minutes.
How was he tomorrow? Obviously, you had a bit of speed as a player, but...
I never really come up against him one-on-one that much.
You were pretty rapid, Ray, actually, weren't you?
Yeah, I was pretty quick, to be fair. So I wouldn't have minded marking him. He was just brilliant. He was rapid, but he was great at finishing.
Yeah,
and he was one of them. He was one of them players where if he missed, it wouldn't affect him. He'd just take the next one. Yeah. And also, there's a lot of players who can get affected confidence-wise. He was always one of them players that was super confident.
Yeah. Just let it go. Fair play. So we also had Emil in for Colombia, and I asked him who I thought is best. Like, who's your best striking partner? And he said Michael Owen.
Raved about Michael Owen, didn't he? Yeah.
But who's your best? Who did you enjoy playing next to in defence the most? So your left-sided centre-back.
Probably Dean Richards.
Really?
Peace, yeah. He was brilliant. Another one, he was around with Glenn Hoddle. And another one, I come on leaps and bounds of him as well. Yeah. He was great for me, to be honest. And he was a great defender. Hoddle took him to Tottenham. Yeah.
And if that was always a good yardstick. If Hoddle rated you, then you were a good player.
Really sad to hear everything that had happened after, as he went through range stuff a few times. So, but yeah, he helped me out loads as a player. Him and Hoddle,
Nice.
I was at that Spurs-Wolves game actually. After it was amazing to see both sets of fans that were so
Just the reaction of his family.
Yeah.
I think it was...
He was loved by everyone, to be honest.
Yeah,
Such
he
a
was,
nice
wasn't he?
guy, yeah.
So 20 minutes left, Wayne, for Belgium to score. I'm going to put it out there now. I can't see Belgium scoring.
I can't see them scoring. Living in hope.
Dave, what are you saying?
I think they've definitely got enough quality to get back into it.
But can you? But with what you're watching the second half,
Handball, VAR.
I can't see him scoring.
VAR and everything.
Mertens has made an impact. Let's, you know.
He has definitely made an impact.
Who else can they bring on from the bench?
Batshuayi?
Like I was saying, Batshuayi.
Well, I put a tweet out saying, how can Belgium turn this game around? I haven't had a single serious answer.
You talk about people like diving around the floor. It's like, oh, well done, mate. You've took a ball on the chin and he's led on the floor for 5. I know he's time wasting, but the refs just say, come on, mate, get up and carry on.
I don't know. That looks sort of...
Well done, mate. He doesn't like time wasting.
Is that what you said?
I know he is time wasting for a reason, but the refs say, come on, mate, get up and get on with it. Shouldn't even stop the game for that.
Was that what you said as you stood over him? Oh, well done, mate.
Yeah, so most people are saying, bring on Thierry Henry.
I want to see Adnan Januzaj. Come on. Big man. Yeah, unlikely hero.
He's warming up.
To do what he does
There
against
he
England,
is.
exactly. Ah.
You know what, Januzaj, when he first burst onto the scene at Manchester United under David Moyes,
Yeah.
you know,
He looked
the
unbelievable.
arbitrator of all, you know, pure football. He did look unreal. You're right.
There was a stage where it was
scored
like
a couple
Karen
against Euro Club, didn't he? Sunderland on his was it a sort of breakout season maybe. I don't know if that was his first game, but yeah, he's been really good for Sociedad or Betis. I can't remember this season. I think it's. Oh God.
See, this is a bit mental at the moment where you've got
In La Liga,
Fellaini.
yeah.
He's having to go out left. If you're going to put someone left, let at least Bill Lukaku and put Fellaini through the middle. It's just seems stupid. It's not as if he's got.
You're
a
always
great
in with a chance if he's up there, because he's so tall.
Because then maybe you can knock it down to one to Hazard or
It's an
to
auxiliary forward.
It's just stupid having him out left.
Yeah, but they'll end up leaving it too late last 10 minutes, putting them up there. And
That's what they did against Japan, wasn't it? It was like Operation Pump It to...
yeah, we need another Japan moment.
Fingers crossed. I've done it before, Wayne.
Oh.
No.
What?
That was
Give
fun.
that? No, he can't give that. He's giving it. It's a free kick to France. They'll waste the clock down.
That was a foul, Wayne. You're too emotionally invested in this Belgian team, mate.
He took the ball, look.
16 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah.
Belgium need a hero. Wayne, that's definitely a free kick, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I mean, Witzel's playing in China. I don't... And any world beaters, can you have a player playing in a domestic league like that?
Well, Paulinho's gone back, hasn't he?
Yeah,
China to Barcelona, Barcelona to China.
That stinks.
Absolutely fantastic way to clean some money, that, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
They are the thoughts of Dave.
And me. But, yeah, I mean, there's just, like I said, obvious holes in this Belgium side. But come on, let's get geared up for last 20. We're on the same level as Wayne. Come on, spring the energy back to the set, because it just feels like inevitably we're going to get France, then really struggle with them at this point.
Hazard on the ball.
Go on then, Eden. Why are you so deep, mate? Get up.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a lovely pass.
Less pressure now. He's got Dries Mertens out there.
Mertens is whipping some great balls there.
I feel like he has made
They just look so solid.
They look solid, to be honest.
Because they're boring.
It's the World Cup. They're one up. They're just gonna.
Deschamps, this is Deschamps' game plan. Sit behind the ball.
Bang that K. D.
What was that?
So, guys, let's have a overall look at the tournament. We've got a question from Sean from Soccer YouTube. And I say, the semi-final now, what are your future thoughts for a 48-team World Cup? Do you think that would be a good thing? Or a
More the
bad
merrier,
thing?
mate.
More the merrier?
I wish this World Cup went on for another 2 weeks, but...
It's been brilliant, isn't it?
This is defied expectation, hasn't it?
You couldn't do it with domestic football.
Yeah.
You don't think?
No.
Mate, Celtic kicked off today against their Champions League qualification process, and we're at the semi-final stage of an international tournament.
Do you mean the final score?
Unfortunately, most of our players aren't of that calibre, so it doesn't really matter.
Do you know the score?
Yeah, mate, I checked while I was waiting, having a chinwag, and it's 3-0. You'll all be pleased to know we beat the Armenian champions.
Saves you from embarrassment.
So, what'd you say? Come over there, Tebs. But I'm seeing Karim Benzema up here. Is he?
Probably said goodbye to Ronaldo, isn't he?
He was actually.
What's he going to do?
I think he was intimating that he might be leaving Real Madrid as well. They might have a proper clear out this summer.
So what do you reckon? 48-team World Cup? Are we having it or are we not?
I'll let the rest of the boys.
I mean, it'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it, in a lot of aspects? But I mean, how long is that going to go on for? Surely that's going to be a long World Cup.
You would love it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You'd love it, yeah.
I'm two minds because if there's 48 teams, I think Northern Ireland have a really good chance of getting it. But I did watch the first game of the World Cup, Russia against Saudi Arabia, and that was hard to watch. No, was that their game? Yeah, it was. Yeah, at the start. See, it was 5-0, but at the start, the standard.
Wayne's just
at the start, the standard.
But there was also some terrible games with the top teams, Nath. So
yeah,
and you'd want the Ireland fans there, wouldn't you? Regardless, because they're a brilliant set of fans. But
they are.
Yeah,
well, that's good. That's very kind.
There's more countries in Europe now than there was 20, 30 years ago. So I got expanding the competition, the Euros, and that kind of worked to decent effect.
Kante again, by the way.
Would you want to watch Saudi Arabia
It's just to make more money. It's absolutely
no, but someone from Peru
rubbish.
would, wouldn't they?
We could win.
Don't take offence, Peru fans.
It was hard enough, getting the guys at Football Daily to concentrate, for 3 hours a day when there was 2 matches on. Never mind.
Don't forget catchphrase.
Yeah.
Free kick, he's going to give it. He's giving it.
It is good.
Clever.
So frustrating to watch.
You guys have to look at this and surely fear Kylian Mbappe if you guys would get to the final.
Sub Gary Cahill in.
Step at a
Get
time.
Cahill.
I don't know. I don't think you could handle him.
We'll shut him down.
Just give him a good kick.
Kyle Walker.
There's no player left in this tournament. This was at the quarter-final stage as well that has won this tournament or even played in a World Cup final.
Really?
No player left in the tournament has ever won a World Cup or played in the final.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
It's been an amazing World Cup, hasn't it?
Because
most goals
or Argentinians.
Yeah,
So.
most goals, most penalties, most own goals.
Watching England beat France in the final.
Yes, Wayne.
Yes, Wayne, like that.
Eternal optimist. And he's
taking another chance for France. Oh,
he's taking that pizza home as well, Wayne. That's going to go to Wayne.
Wayne, as a defender, if you were playing in this with such technical quality on show for both teams, how frustrating will Belgium be if they've gone out 1-0 to a set piece?
You'd be fuming.
Devastating.
Yeah, I think as well, Fellaini would be quite frustrated because he's got to the ball just before and with his size, you expect him to win most of the balls in the air. So I think he'd be frustrated.
A corner as well.
And he does win most of the balls, doesn't he?
He does, to be honest.
Can't say that.
He's just got there first. Come on.
Go on, Kevin. Do you think that's because a lot of people are saying England haven't scored? One of England's biggest criticisms is that they've only scored, I think it's...
Go on.
Oh,
go on.
Chance it. Turn it on.
Go down.
Little touch. Give it.
Hey! Go on, Chance.
Oh, what are you on about?
He's not giving it.
That looks suspect.
He's still on the ground. So Eden Hazard's still on the ground.
That looks very
why?
suspect.
He's our French.
Why?
How quickly will he get up?
Not giving it.
I want to see that.
No, I think Gareth Southgate went back and looked at the last 2 sides that had won the tournament.
The replay here.
Did he dive?
So that's a foul.
That's a
Sure,
foul.
what's he saying? He got the ball.
Everyone has it. His Chelsea teammate. It's a clear foul, that, isn't it?
That's filth.
And that is in a dangerous area. De Bruyne likes a free kick from that range as well. So does Hazard.
I have a feeling about this. I think it's going to be an equaliser.
It's not a free kick, is it?
It's not a free kick.
Oh, is it not?
No,
There we go. I'm
Is
totally
it?
lost. What planet am I on?
Fellaini is off.
All right, fair.
Thanks for that, Nath. Cheers, mate. Fellaini comes off. Carrasco is on. So, Wayne, going back to what we were just saying, some people are saying, negative people amongst us saying England have only scored a few goals from open play. It's a lot of corners, penalties. Does that matter at all?
Not really.
goals?
If you look at the way
Doesn't
teams
matter.
have played against us, we've got penalties. The way people have dealt with Harry Kane, this rugby tackled him some of them.
We could have more penalties, actually.
Yeah,
Two
we could
nil.
have. So it's it weighs up that way, the way teams defend against you and stuff like that. So I think it'd be a lot different against Croatia.
France in this
I
game
think we'd create more
third
chance.
final from the last 6 tournaments.
The champs, mate.
Pretty impressive.
What a guy. Going back to your point, Gareth Southgate went back and looked at the last.
John! Oh, what a tackle that is.
Get in!
Oh, you...
I'm maybe going to try and make that point for a time. I can't
Was that not
bother
Knocking on the door.
big challenge there?
Who was that with the follow-up shot?
That was a big challenge, by the way, there.
Yeah, Witzel.
Keeps done well to punch it out that far.
Very
Sweaty
well,
palms in France.
Luis has had a very good game, has to be said. I also think Kante's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is a strong challenge, by the way, between Tweedy and
That's a
Hazard.
very good challenge.
That's Rafa Varane's put that first challenge in.
Took a deflection as well.
No.
Slow-mo replay.
Who's gone down?
I think Hazard's took a bit of a knock here. Just waiting to show a replay.
It's a great tackle from Brown.
Great
Yeah,
tackle.
it really is.
Sent Hazard for a cone of chips there.
This challenge here. So strong coming together.
Quality from Matuidi as well, and that's. I mean, when you play Matuidi, he's kind of he's alternated between attacking midfield and wide left in his career, hasn't he? But he's a very defensive forward, let's say. So when you've got him and Kante like bang at it, you are very hard to get past in that midfield. If Hazard goes off and they have to bring Januzaj on, you've got Januzaj, Carrasco, Watchalong. All of a sudden, that Belgium team looks a little bit unconvincing, doesn't it? For me, anyway.
Well,
not for Wayne. Wayne will stick by them to the death.
It's mad, though, because you remember when Ronaldo came off in the final, early in the final as well. Oh, it's a big coming together.
Yeah, but that was more Hazard's fault.
Yeah.
You can't believe it.
Oh, it started the pause now.
French fans doing the Poznan. They're a lot more live in the stadium than looking behind us in front. They look very nervous in Paris.
Yeah,
I've got to say, for a team winning 1-0 in a World Cup semi-final, I'm a bit disappointed.
Wait, look at the back, mate.
I don't know. I think that's probably how we looked against Colombia, to be honest.
I can't imagine England
very
fans looking like that.
No, can you? Yeah. And then Antwerp over our left shoulders as well, behind Nate's head. I mean,
oh dear.
You can hear a
bit like me,
pin drop
they're
there.
living in hope. And
They are just living at home.
A lovely Hyundai, though, at the back. Someone's going home with that, so fair play.
8 minutes remaining.
Steven Nzonzi's coming on.
Yeah, linked with Arsenal, isn't he? Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, Dave, as a gooner?
I don't think we necessarily need him. But although we probably need to strengthen that area, I don't know how we would cut. Like, I prefer if we're looking at other options.
You've got Torreira now,
yeah.
right? So
Stick him in midfield, yeah.
Similar sort of, kind of similar player. Nzonzi's been great for Sevilla for the last couple of seasons. Definitely deserves a move. Been linked with Juventus as well.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
That's the sort of player they got on the bench.
he's been on the floor for 5 minutes. He just strolls on. There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Touch of the Neymars.
Not having it, Wayne, no. Doesn't like the
Oh, well done, mate.
I mean, you're up. I know he's time wasting, but it just annoys me.
What are the top 3 things that annoyed you as a football player?
Cyclists on the way to training.
No, you do get that in Surrey.
Yeah, honestly, that's why it's so bad in Surrey.
That's the first thing he said.
Yeah, that's number one.
That was so obvious.
No, in football, yeah, there's not.
The only downside
that annoys
to
me
being a
is literally the play acting and stuff like that, which annoys me.
But day-to-day things like that as well, because that's funny insight. So was it, recovery at training? Was it like eating certain foods? Was it obviously it's a blessed existence, but like just things that annoyed you a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, they never really annoyed me. It was part and parcel of being a footballer, I guess. But I didn't like light training sessions. I always liked to train hard and go out and have a proper football session. Like recovery sessions were always boring. Day before a game, you play 5-a-side, but you only be allowed to play for 10 minutes.
Right, yeah.
I'd always want to play a little bit longer.
So those things were a little,
those were like frustrating things, but nothing too bad.
Interesting stuff, that, wasn't it?
Dave, top 3 worst things about working at Football Daily, or?
Probably the other talent, mate. You know what I mean?
None here today, though, right?
No, of course not.
We haven't gone social corner in a while. Temps, Nathan, what you got for us? What are people saying?
Yeah, I've got a question. They're asking, what country do you think will be next in line to have a golden generation like Belgium?
Well, it's going to be this French team with Kylian Mbappe, isn't it? Like, just another 10 players with him. That's it.
Or England.
Yeah,
England, yes.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Pogba's got a good record in terms of...
If he's injured, get him off. This is doing
That's what I mean. If we,
Pogba selling.
It wouldn't annoy me so much. I just want Belgium to win.
They are trying to waste a lot of time here, aren't they? 1-0.
I mean, there's got to be at least 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, there must be a lot of extra time, yeah.
He's just signed for City. Mahrez done deal.
Oh, done?
Oh, yeah? Oh, nice. What a squad player he is for City.
60 minutes.
Right, we've got a big photo, Nath. Talk us through this big photo that you're going to reveal to us on the screen to the left of you.
It still looks photoshopped.
Yeah, so this is a picture of Mahrez, but apparently there's a bit of conspiracy around it. Is it real or is it fake?
Who's tweeted it? Who has tweeted it?
We had Mahrez. He has been linked with City. Rumours of a medical today.
Yeah.
You can always tell the neck on a Photoshop job, and that is a flawless neck right there.
Nath, is it real or not? What are people
real,
saying?
in my opinion.
His arm looks quite
Who's tweeted it? Where's this come from? What's this?
Just stretched it out.
that is an added mystery.
And if it's not real, why are we seeing it?
We don't even know where it's from, mate.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Go on.
What do you boys think to the move?
Whip it.
I love Mahrez, but he's not...
See, it's where you need Fellaini on the...
Yeah. He's not going to start, is he?
That's the thing. If you started your plan B, you've got nowhere to go, have you? You know what I mean? Like, for...
What do you think to players moving to big clubs when they know they're going to be on the bench? Because it's happened at City quite a bit, hasn't it? Do you kind of sympathise with Morris?
Does he get a start?
Top
no,
club?
of course he
Does he get a start?
No. Who'd you take out of that Man City team for Morris? And I'm a big Morris fan. Who'd you
He'll just be another squad player.
Bernardo Silva's not getting an awful lot of game time, and he's brilliant.
Is there a chance players might be leaving?
Maybe.
I think it's just a year too
Right.
late.
I think he's giving it right. It's a free kick to Belgium.
To be fair, he's probably got a shed load of money as well.
Is it
do you think that
just to play for money?
Do you think that differs from player to player in terms of what they're happy to do?
You don't know. He would have spoke with the manager. We're saying he's going to be a squad player, but you never know. The manager might have said, "I see you as a starter."
Yeah.
I know we're saying who's he starting in front of. It is a difficult one.
Yeah.
But he would have definitely spoke to the manager and given him insight as how much he's expecting him to play.
I mean,
if he's expecting him to start.
He's rotating Aguero at one point.
Or he might just be thinking trophies.
Yeah.
More trophies.
I totally sympathise with him wanting to play for a big club, and it's kind of last chance saloon as a winger who's 27. You're going to be past your peak at like 28, 29 as a winger, aren't you? But
if they're going to compete in all competitions, and there's a lot of games for just those 11 to start.
Chance for Belgium. Oh God!
I think that was the chance.
Yeah,
because I mean, that's a decent point because they did take some.
If you're playing in
league squads,
if you're playing in all competitions, you're looking at over 70 games, right?
Another great pass. Belgium have had 2 half chances. Lukaku.
Sure, he's got a throw.
Chasing the equaliser, chasing the golden boot, everything. He just can't get his head to it.
That could have been
pass that is from De Bruyne, by the way.
Perfect.
That is an incredible pass.
So much
Kevin De Bruyne.
I don't think he expected that.
A bit more anticipation there.
That is a free kick as well.
Shocking header from Nzonzi. What's he done there?
I know, he flicked that over the bar.
Who's that hit at the end?
If this stays the same, do you think Thierry Henry's going to sneakily shift over to the other side, be there for the final?
Well, probably not, Nathan, mate. That'd be mental.
2 minutes remaining. Wayne, it's a good point you said, actually. It's got to be at least 5 minutes injury time, surely.
Yeah, it has to
We've had loads of subs, we've had some injuries, we've had stoppages.
Too little, too late. Where was this? Where was this sort of played 20 minutes ago?
They'd had everyone behind the ball for most of the
game,
most of the second half.
Yeah, Griezmann.
It's going to be so hard.
I don't think I've seen Griezmann touch it in the.
They've defended really well.
Griezmann's had a quiet game. I think Pogba's had quite a quiet game as well.
I feel like they've been very disciplined, though.
Yeah, they have.
The French teams.
Yeah. Chaps, there's been another question that we've had. The questions are still coming in.
Go on.
Do something.
So the name through Facebook, we've got a name. Actually, YouTube. Sorry, it's under Ronaldinho was signing for Chelsea is the username, and the question is who's going to win the midfield battle tomorrow, England or Croatia?
Well, I think in order for England to win the game, it's going to have to be England, isn't it?
Do you think England will play a different system because of the fact that we've only had Henderson sitting and they've obviously got Modric, Rakitic, they've got a very strong midfield? Can any of you see England there's talk of Dyer potentially coming in just to shore it up a bit. Could you see that?
There's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
But they've stuck to their game plan so far, so we might just stick with this system as it is.
See how it starts.
Yeah, you maybe.
I think I prefer to.
Us,
That's the thing. I want England to just put their best 11 out and take the game to them. And come off the pitch after the time, if they're giving it all they've got, then that's it. I'll be happy. If it's not quite good enough, then it's not quite good enough.
6 minutes injury time has just been added. We are in. It's 19 minutes, 14 seconds. Sadly on Pogba. The ref's giving it right in the corner. Belgium won't want this. Surely they're just going to run the clock.
To me, that's such a stupid challenge.
Yeah.
Lost his head there.
Just let him have it there.
That is an attacking midfield. That's attacking midfield.
Silly decision.
He's fuming. Look at him. It's not actually, is it?
6 minutes stoppage time.
Belgium's very placid people, mate. You know, philosophical.
Look at Paris and Antwerp. They're both equally as quiet at the minute. Nasser Chadli, speaking of him, is just coming off.
For Batshuayi.
Michi Batshuayi.
Hands down the greatest video in the World Cup.
5 minutes to try and do something magical.
You deserve more than 5. If you're going to change it, give it 5 minutes.
Especially as he came on against, was it Panama or Tunisia? It might have been Tunisia. In the group stages. His goal and probably should have had 2 or 3's being harsh on the day. But he is a forward who he's very useful. If you're chasing the game, I could
have won the Golden Boot with that game alone.
Yes.
It was Tunisia.
Go on.
Go on,
How's that gone out?
What's going on here?
Let's get you. All right.
That's
not all gone out.
That's not all gone out.
Wait,
The rest of the disgrace, mate.
91st minute, shortened to 92nd minute, 6 minutes of additional time, and Mbappe's got the ball in the corner.
Oh, come on.
That's a Belgian throw, though. I think he's going to give that to Belgium, yes.
All right, come on. Oh, it's a yellow in it, ref. Where did you send him off for the final? Where's he going?
Just dribbling.
What's good?
Handbag.
I hope he gets a yellow card. Get a yellow card.
He did deserve that, 100%.
If he can get one more, then I actually hope France goes.
Get him off. Get him off.
Would you be... Wait, serious note, would you be targeting that now with 4 minutes to go?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You would?
You just want the ball at the pitch, don't you, at this stage, you know what I mean? But if he,
they've got friends in the England team, they might be thinking we can get him sent
They have
off.
actually, have they? A lot of them,
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing, Ivan?
Stupid throw on.
I know.
That's exposed.
Could all be over.
That is a
Griezmann.
fantastic pass.
Oh, it's a good save from Courtois. The whole studio.
That's a brilliant ball from
Nate, you got anything else for us? Any polls, any tweets, memes?
We've got a question from Luke on Soccer AM Twitter, and he wants to know: has this been the best World Cup in your lifetime? And can you remember one more fondly?
I think for me it definitely has, because England's gone so far.
Yeah.
It's like it always helps, doesn't it?
What about you guys?
I think it has most goals, a lot of controversy, a lot of big teams.
Oh no, he's opened up.
Mbappe.
Square it!
Put him in!
Someone fouled and kicked
Oh,
him.
it's a bad pass.
They'd rather waste time than go for a second goal.
Oh, tackle by
Go on.
Why didn't they just go for that?
Come on.
That's ball from Mbappe.
Did he have the chance, mate? You know what I mean?
So it sounds like really show his love for Belgium if Belgium score it.
Wait, it's going off. It is going off.
the pizza's going everywhere.
Fantastic skill from Hazard. What a player he is, by the way.
There's no
I'll
Chelsea.
eat all that pizza as quickly as I can.
I'll hold you to that. Oh, it's a chance! Oh. Don't you just love football, Christopher?
Oh, mate.
Killian's away.
Going back to Nathan's question. Oh, yeah, I think this sort of 2000.
Give him a kick,
2000.
I hate him.
Such a stupid challenge.
He's really winding them up, though. He's doing the right thing. He's really winding them up.
Can't he, like, I don't know.
All that wise to work out what Vertonghen just said.
Get a yellow card for
France
diving.
without Mbappe, I'd prefer to place France.
He's going to be a problem.
I mean, if England gets to the World Cup final, we definitely need to look at Kylian Mbappe and try and contain him.
Look at that.
Just get Harry Maguire to nut it.
VAR out for that. That's a dive, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the added advantage that he has to run all the way around Harry Maguire's head.
Yeah, that is very true.
I love Maguire.
It does show how mature his game is, though. That he is just time wasting.
94th minute.
He's wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, the French have started celebrating.
The French.
They're starting.
There they are. Paris is getting a little bit lively.
There we
There in the
go.
scenes
They
in
think
Paris
they've got
behind
it.
us.
They think it's so
Flags are out.
Yeah, you
Forgets everywhere.
excited. We're about to score.
Yeah.
We're about to score.
He converted.
Wayne has a grandmother from Belgium.
Go on.
Go on.
Get up.
Bit tense, this, isn't it?
Fouls.
Oh, it's horrible.
France have actually, I want to say comfortable second
Game's
half.
done, isn't it?
They have, really. I think they have been.
Firing that header from Fellaini, can you remember a clear-cut chance?
In fact, they've played really well second. I know they haven't been
Yeah.
free flowing. They played really well.
Yeah, and they've remained an attack on the a threat on the attack, haven't they? It's that. God, the Shams, what a tactical masterclass.
He looks proper French, doesn't he?
He looks French, doesn't he? Kept his stat alive,
Very
hasn't he?
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
It's got to end at some point.
Oh, what a player to have when you're trying to run down the clock.
Tell you what, France are in it. France are in.
It's going to be 2.
This to make it 2.
Tolisso.
Oh, what a save, Courtois. Has to be said. He's made a few good saves. Both keepers have been very good in this game, actually.
Big fan of
Both keepers
Tolisso.
have been very solid. Tolisso to wrap the game up. Lovely fingertip save from Courtois.
Yeah, not the best effort, but definitely
Really not
a
a good
decent
effort
save.
at all, is
Not a
it?
great effort, no, but keeper's done well.
The only bright side of this game being done in normal times can get them for Love Island, mate.
You're not actually joking, Dave, are you?
Of course not. Come on.
Oh, I mean, the extra time game against Colombia almost killed me.
that was-
So
yeah.
What a long night that was. And then
Emotional times.
arriving for a victory point, weren't we? And the ball was closing. Are you mad?
This is angry as the opposition has seen.
Yeah.
Time wasting.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so smart, isn't it?
Look at the size of him. He's a beast.
It's done. This game's done.
Send him off as well.
send them all off. You want to red card here?
That's a wrap.
France is getting a bit more lively there in the scenes in Paris.
Oh,
that's them! France beat Belgium 1-0 and they will be the World Cup final. on Sunday. Look what it means. There is Captain Hugo Lloris going absolutely crazy.
Oh, my God. A Samuel Umtiti header
in Paris
has taken them to the final.
Samuel Umtiti with a header from a corner. Belgium are out. Wayne Bridge, what are your thoughts on that game?
3-2, Wayne.
Boring. You know, it was. You know, they got the goal. They defended really well, France, after the goal. They were so hard to break down. Belgium never really created many chances.
No, they didn't.
Did France deserve to win, Dave?
They did deserve to win, yeah. And, you know, they just get beat in the final.
A little bit underwhelmed by it.
So, from an England perspective, what do we think about... Well, should England beat Croatia?
Coming on to that, go on, say that. We've just recently put a poll out. And the question is, if England reach the World Cup final, should they fear playing France? At the minute, 59% of people say no, they shouldn't fear playing France.
I don't think you should. When you look at how they performed, you know, Mbappe, for me, he was dangerous.
Yeah.
I didn't think the rest of the team looked dangerous at all.
Extremely beatable.
They did create a couple of good chances, but
extremely beatable.
I'd expect England to do well against both of these.
Someone else will be probably quite happy from a personal level. Harry Kane, surely Wayne, the golden boot is shooting for him now. I mean, Lukaku on 4. Out of the tournament, and Mbappe's got to do something pretty special in the final.
I mean, Lukaku's still got the third and fourth place game, isn't he?
Well, that's very true. Good point. They've still got the third and fourth place game. But he's still 2 behind as well.
I don't really care about Harry Kane and the golden boot. I just want England to win the World Cup.
One thing you can...
I'd rather he didn't get the golden boot and England won the Cup.
Exactly.
I think even he would.
Yeah.
So, in fact, if anyone disagrees with that, they'd be, you know...
Hamel, you see Martinez there. Look, the Belgian players looking absolutely devastated, quite rightly so. Thoughts on Martinez here? He's someone that split opinion. You were quite vocal about him. Did he get it right, or was just unlucky? Did he get it wrong, or was he unlucky today?
This can be seen as progress, speaking from like a tournament perspective, can't it? It's a semi-final.
A good team.
It's their golden generation yet. I think what I was about to say is that what you can give the champs a lot of credit for is doing a similar job to maybe what Southgate's done at England in terms of creating that squad harmony, because France, the last couple of tournaments, have kind of pressed the self-destruct button, haven't they? Bar in the Euros, where they also reached the final. So these look a very sort of a strong collective as well.
Interesting there. You see Deschamps and Thierry Henry hugging there, obviously, in opposing dugouts today. Former teammates, of course.
Henry on the lash tonight with the squad in the papers tomorrow. I love it.
It's hard to tomorrow. Lose a goal like that as well.
Yeah.
And they did. France have done well, but Belgium were in the game.
I was just looking at Belgium.
Fast forward to us when Harry Maguire scores the winner from a corner against France in the final.
I was just looking at the Belgian fans. I think that video might be in reverse. They've woke up. They had flares going a minute ago.
Very balanced.
Well, clearly they're showing some love. They're happy. They're proud of
happier after they've lost.
They just want to return to the
Look, there's a lot of French players crying as well. Don't forget, a lot of these French players, pretty much most of the squad, were all there at Euro 2016 in their home country, Hamel, seeing their team lose a final.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have got to the final in that tournament. So, you know, I appreciate what you were trying to do there, to generate a bit of positivity, but I'm just going to nip it in the bud there, mate. Deschamps is annoying.
So, on the back of France reaching the final, Dan wants to know, can Pogba take, clearly he's been impressed, he says, can Pogba take this form into next season for Manchester United?
I hope not.
Very honest.
Pogba was great at
What do you think of Pogba today?
I mean, it's a much more defensive game, wasn't it? And he had to, like Dave said, to be a bit more disciplined. He's a bit more expressive against Argentina. I thought he was brilliant against Argentina.
We did play well.
Man of the match. And
the game was quite open, I thought, though.
Imagine having a lot of your doubters, obviously, are in England, as to whether he can play in that 4-3 at Manchester United. What better opportunity to shut people up? How motivated will he be to play against England? Just, all right, nice one. Have a bit of
I'm not a manager, I can't... It is interesting, though, isn't it? You look at Pogba when he plays for Mourinho. Do you think Mourinho's got the best out of Pogba?
No.
I don't think so, not from what we've seen. And, you know, it's... Sometimes you move to him, it just doesn't suit you at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen for you.
Did you ever have that? Well, you just got there and you were like...
Probably Man City.
Really?
I didn't play that great, and then I had a few injuries and fell out with Mancini, so it never really happened for me at Man City. I just done OK.
Bit of a frosty character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was hard work, to be honest. He's a bit of an idiot, if I have to be totally honest. To me, I thought he was. And I had seen him do it with other players. He was hard work.
Wasn't
hated it. If you were injured, he was just... he couldn't accept the fact you were injured. It was...
why aren't you playing on?
Yeah, come on, get out on the training pitch. Well, no, I'm injured. Like, yeah,
I think
it was hard work to deal with. And, you know, Craig Bellingham was probably one of our best players at the time.
Yeah.
And he asked him questions, and it was about training and teams we're playing against. And they were normal questions that any player would ask, and he just felt like Bellingham was being awkward and his authority, so he just dismissed him, and he was
didn't
sent him home
Bellingham try
training,
and
never come back.
Didn't Bellingham try and he asked if he could have his own training and do more explosive type training because to prolong his career and to sort of put those injuries to one side, because he had that great season, Bellingham, didn't he? And then he was gone the next season.
At Man City?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because of Mancini.
Yeah.
It wasn't because of anything. It was Mancini, basically. If he got it in his head that he didn't like you, that was it. He just didn't like you. And you weren't part of his business. There was Shea Given, Craig Bellamy, me training with the kids. That's when I first come across Trippier.
Yeah.
And, you know, I never caused any problems. He just stuck with the kids and forgot about it.
How did that feel?
You get on with it. I tried, you know, you try and get on loan, you try and get a move, but when I wasn't having a great time at Man City, it was hard for me to move, to be honest. I managed to get out in the end. I've done a season. I went to Sunderland on loan, West Ham on loan, Brighton on loan, so I managed to get out. But it was hard because I can understand if a manager wants to treat you like that if you're a problem in the training, but I was never a problem. So I could never get my head around how he treats you like that. Yeah.
That must be hard to swallow.
Interesting. Nathan, final words from you from Social Corner. What are people saying?
Yeah, well, that's the questions have kept coming. I'd say people are saying they don't fear France. That's the general English mentality. We fear no one, is what people are commenting on Twitter. But yeah, we've got a final question, perhaps. We've got so Roy on Soccer M Facebook has said England have the youngest squad left in the tournament. Yeah. Is that an advantage or disadvantage in terms of handling the occasion?
Another good question, Nathan, mate.
That's a good question.
Today.
They are a young squad, but I think they're a mature squad. They handle everything so well, so I don't think it's a problem at all.
I think also for like tournament football, they don't know how to lose either. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they've had previous tournaments where they've gone out on penalties or it's like they've got no fear. Just go, as I say, just tomorrow. All I want is for them 11 players, 12, 50, how many players, the squad, just leave it all on the pitch. And if they come off that knowing they've given every single ounce of energy, sweat that they could have given, then I can accept that. And I go, you know what? Come back to a hero's welcome. That's what I'm after.
Do you think?
Also, I think young players play without any fear anyway. I think it's a positive. They send on a positive, Hamill.
I mean, they are young, but a lot of them are playing under the 3 best coaches in the Premier League, aren't they? So they've got a lot of nous. They've got a lot of experience in terms of shielding responsibility at club level. And I just think, like Wayne said, they seem like a very mature bunch. But the France squad aren't particularly old either, I don't think. You know, barring a few wise old heads like Matuidi.
They haven't particularly been great in every game either. And don't get me wrong, nor of England. It's hard to break down teams in group stages because no one wants to lose.
England have played better football than France in this
They've
tournament.
been better than France.
100%.
Fully agree with that.
Definitely.
End on that one, Michelle.
They've got nothing.
You call it final. These are the scenes. They are the scenes in France, as you can see in Paris. Fans going crazy. France in the final. I think that's their 3rd major final in the last 6 that France are in. They will play the winners of England and Croatia. Wayne, huge thanks for coming on the show. Thank you very much. Thanks to you guys as well. Chris, to Dave, to Temps, to Nathan. We'll be back tomorrow night for England against Croatia, the Football Social with Sky Bet. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Come on, England!
Come on, boys!
Come on!
Spark your sports brain. Go global with Sky Bet.